Stone Street. Setters Jesse Raymond and KL Iro. 5'8" Braden Trindle. Half and captain Nico Hines. Lock Jesse Colhoun. Second rowers Billy Burns and Britton Nickera. Front rowers Tom Hazelton and Adam Fanua Blake. Blake Brayley is the hooker, and a bench of CSC for Talakai, Tobias Eric Rudolph, Oregon Kafusi, Braden Welly, Hepa Peru and Chris Viola, and Craig Fitzgibbon is the coach. Referee is Big Nev Chiklas Radamski. Touch judges Dave Munro and Matt Noyen, and Grant Atkins in the bunker. It will be Cronulla kicking off, running left to right as you look at your radio. Gold Coast Titans will get first use of the footy, defending the southern end. The Captain Cook drive into the ground. The Monty Porter stand into the ground as the kickoff sails down to the in-goal area, and the return comes from Aweki Fotuaika. He turns his shoulder into the defence, but he's shoved back 7 metres out from his own goal line. 15 in from the eastern touchline. Played to Verrills, goes left to Fafita, and Jojo's tackled 12 metres out from the Gold Coast Titans line. Now Verrills sends it centre field to Fasulmala Awi. He's pushed across field. Good defence in this opening set from the Sharkies. That time it was Hazelton. Played to Verrills. He sends it left to Firma, and Bo Firma's going to be taken by 4 Sharks defenders and shoved to the deck. 23 out from his own line. 15 in from the western touchline. Played to Randall. Goes open side right as Kinney's put to the ground on the 30. Bringing up the last for the Gold Coast Titans. It's played to Verrills. He goes right. The kick downfield from Lachlan Ilias. It's high, but it's really shallow down to Stone Street. Takes it on the full 35 out from his own line, and now tackled 11 out from his own goal line. So the early advantage here with Cronulla-Sutherland as they play it right to KL Iro, and he's going to be taken by 4 Titans defenders, 3 metres short of halfway. Just over a minute gone, no score. Cronulla-Sutherland with the ball for the first time. Brayley left to right to Hines. He got the pass on to Ramian, who bustled his way over halfway. Good strong run, Jesse Ramian. Tackled 4 metres in Gold Coast Titans territory. Played one-handed pick up by Brayley. Takes on the defence himself. Claimed by his opposite number, Verrills. 15 metres in Titans territory. Kennedy centre left to Hazelton. Then away to Jesse Colhoun. He's tackled 27 away from the Gold Coast line. Last play now for the Sharks. Comes left to Trindle. He puts up the kick. Down to the fullback Kinney coming through Stone Street. And the ball's plucked out of the sky by Will Kennedy. He's over to score. Try to Cronulla-Sutherland. Wow, that didn't take long, 1 minute and 55 seconds. Great kick from Trindle. Kennedy comes away with it for the Sharks. Cronulla-Sutherland 4, Gold Coast 0. First set, first points, Luke Lewis.
Yeah, beautiful try from the Sharks, but put this down to their defence right from the kickoff. They limited the metres from the Gold Coast Titans. They couldn't get up outside their 30. And then Stone Street gets a nice catch, gets them up over just before halfway, and then before you know it, they're in a really good attacking really good attacking situation, I should say. But the kick and the chase there from Stone Street, that's where the damage was done. Gets the ball back to Will Kennedy. He goes over as easy as you like. What a start for the Sharks.
Touchline, Michael Carianis.
Yeah, what a start from the Cronulla Sharks. Josh Hannay, tenure as the Gold Coast Titans coach, could have got off to a worse start. One defensive set and conceded 1 try already. Nice kick there from Braden Trindle, and Will Kennedy pushing up in support for that loose ball. Did amazingly well.
So 4-0 Sharks lead Titans. Nico Hines will attempt the conversion, 19 metres out and 12 metres in from the eastern touchline. NRL Saturday here on ABC Sport. We're off to a flyer. The try not yet 2 minutes into the game to William Kennedy. Titans trying to regroup in the in-goal area. Nico Hines, the Sharks halfback. Here he comes. He moves in, strikes it with the right boot, likes it, kicks the goal. So Cronulla-Sutherland 6, Gold Coast 0, and while they've owned the Titans, as I mentioned before, they have not owned Monday first round footy, with only 2 wins in the last 12. Around the grounds, New South Wales Cup second half, St George Illawarra 10, leading Canterbury Bankstown 4. First half, Manly Rinka 10, leading Canberra 6. In the Jersey flag, Parramatta 28 has beaten the Melbourne Storm, 28 points to 18. Queensland Cup second half, and the scoreline is now 18-10. South Logan leading Wynnum Manly. Second quarter AFL, Giants 82, thrashing Hawthorn 46. And in the cricket, Australia, the women's cricket, 3 for 168, 30 runs behind India in the first innings. So now the Sharks 25 5 out from their own line. Brayley, he sends the ball open side left to Katoa, and he's caught 28 metres out from his own goal line. He'll play the ball centre field, northern end. Does so to Brayley. Goes left through hands. Colhoun away to Hazelton. Good run on the left edge. Tackled 13 short of halfway. Quickly played. Brayley out of dummy half. Looked to catch the markers offside, but didn't. Got the ball back to Kennedy to Hines. Then turns it into Nickera, and he's felled right on halfway, right in centre field. Gee, they look sharp. Cronulla-Sutherland. Brayley sends it right down to Adden Fanua-Blake. He powers his way 11 metres in Gold Coast half. Last tackle now for the Shark. Oh, he's given away a set restart. Bo Firma heading to the last tackle. Wow, that was bad play. Is now Cronulla 29 metres out. Colhoun plays it. Goes left. Trindle back on the inside. Hazelton wrapped up by Farsul Malaawi. 22 away from the Gold Coast line. 6-0 Sharks, and here they come again. Brayley goes right to Fanua-Blake. Charges headlong into Fodawaker and caught. 13 out for the Gold Coast line. Right in front of those southern goalposts. Brayley picks it up, darts, gets it away to Trindle, turns it back on the inside to Colhoun, and he's getting very close to scoring a try, the Cronulla side. Desperate defence by Bo Firma in goal. We go to the bunker.
Have no try. Make sure he doesn't lose possession about 5 metres out, mate, when he juggles the ball.
So
just wait there.
Just going to check it out. It was Bo Firma and Keanu Kinney in defence.
Wait, Billy.
On Burns, actually, it was. And we'll see whether he was
see if Billy Burns maintains possession at this point.
That's Grant Atkins in the bunker. 5 minutes gone. Cronulla-Sutherland 6, Gold Coast 0. Burns doesn't think he got it down, Lou. He's ready to play the ball.
Yeah, he definitely didn't get it down. They're just checking to see if there was a knock-on just before he made contact with the Titans players, but he looks pretty confident it's going to be play on. But geez,
Billy Burns still has possession at this point.
Looking very sharp.
Well, Grant Atkins is right. He does still have possession at this point, Billy Burns. He's just juggling the ball about 10 metres out. Touchline, MC.
Based on the live decision, we'll be supporting, based on all available evidence, we'll be supporting the live decision.
Michael.
Yeah, it's a huge moment here for the Gold Coast Titans. Off the back of Casino to try, then a set restart. They've got to try and find a way to repel the Sharks. They're all lined up on this right-hand side of the field.
So, playback as Brayley sends it left to Fanua-Blake. Spins in the tackle as Adden. Finally held as the call a couple of metres out for the goal line. Fodawaker involved. Now they come right, and it's with Trindle. Pass away to Hines. Cut out ball Katoa. He steps back in field. Then a wrap-around ball to Raymond. It is the last, and that's going to be the changeover. The cover came from the Gold Coast, and they hold on. They'll get to play the ball 7 out from their own line. It is 6-0 in favour of the Sharks. 5 minutes 20 gone as now the ball's played. And it comes from AJ Brimson. He sends it open side right as the Titans are 10 metres out from their own goal line. The ball played now by Sami. He sends it open side right, and a very powerful tackle comes on Jojo Fafita. He plays the ball to Verrills. Takes off from dummy half, Sam Verrills. Caught 23 metres out from his own line. About 13 metres in from touch on the western side. Played to Keanu Kinney. Goes right to Farsul Malaawi and Big Tino. He's caught 31 out from his own line. Sharks 6, Gold Coast 0. Titans with it. Verrills goes right to Randall, and he's taken 9 metres short of halfway by Hazelton and Brayley. Played on the last. Verrills goes to Brimson. Left foot kick, 9 short of halfway. Sione Katoa drops back. Takes the ball on the full 5 out from his own line. Returns it over the 10. Heads towards the 20. Bounced away from 1. And Katoa now wrapped up 15 metres out from his own line. 6-0 Cronulla. Luke Lewis. We've had 6 minutes of play.
Yeah, well, he's a half break now from Will Kennedy. Really nice run. But I feel like the Gold Coast Titans, they look a little bit flat at the moment. They need a little bit of something just to give them a bit of a spark. But their kicking game has got to be picked up. They're kicking. They've been struggling to get field position.
So now the Sharkies have it through KL Iro, 15 short of halfway. Brayley dummy half. Sends it right to Nickera with a right foot step. In fact, that's Ramian with a right foot step, both on the same side of the field. He'll play it 3 short of halfway. To the left side it goes. Kennedy again gets straight past 1. Now caught 8 metres inside Gold Coast territory. Last play Sharks. Brayley open side left, centre field to Trindle. He puts up a towering kick to the fullback Kinney. Colhoun flying through. Kinney the catch. Hits the deck 9 out from his own line. And it is a penalty to the Gold Coast Titans. So the Titans get the penalty from their kick downfield. field, and how they need that. It's 6-0 to the Sharkies. We check in downstairs with Michael Carianis.
Yeah, the Gold Coast Titans have to try and find some energy here. They've done a lot of defensive work, and their forwards are very, very slow, hands on their hips, just struggling to get to the line. They've got to find some energy and really test this Cronulla Sharks defensive line.
So they find touch about 10 metres short of halfway, and the Gold Coast take it within 5 of halfway and play 1, but they've kind of been brutalised as Max Feaguy plays it. Comes to the left edge now, and the tackle made a metre inside Cronulla-Sutherland territory. Berrells goes to Tasumala-Awi onto Randall. He's caught 6 metres in Cronulla's half by Nickera and Brayley. Plays the ball to Berrells. Goes to his right to Ilias. Turns it into Mweki Fotuaika. Brayley and Hazelton are there to make the tackle with Burns. About 37 out from the Sharks goal line. 6-0 Cronulla-Sutherland lead. Berrells right to left. Brimson to Ilias. Back to Brimson, then to Firma. Cronulla thought he ran right behind his own player, but Firma allowed to continue, and he stands in the tackle 22 out from the goal line. Berrells on the last, goes right to Ilias. Puts up a kick to the wing of Stone Street. It's very shallow. It's tapped back here by the Gold Coast. Dived on by Braden Trindle, and the Sharks survived. The first time really they've been under pressure in the opening 8.5 minutes, and they have the ball inside their 10-metre zone. So the scoreline is 6 points to 0 in favour of the Sharkies with that try in the second minute to Will Kennedy. Now penalty against Gold Coast, rushing inside the 10 and won all the penalty count. This comes to the Sharks. Louis 23 out from their own goal line.
Well, that's what they didn't need, the Gold Coast Titans. They finally got into good field position. They had the Sharks trapped inside their 10, and they give away a penalty on play 1. And they kick upfield nicely, and they're going to get a tap right on halfway, the Sharks. So they put pressure straight back on themselves here, the Gold Coast Titans.
I'll get your text shortly, 0467 920 222, as Cronulla-Sutherland from the tap. 9 metres in Gold Coast territory. Burns plays it, goes right to Trindle and on the inside to Hazelton. He's caught 35 metres out from the Gold Coast goal line. They're set to the right. They go that way. Brayley to Trindle, back on the inside to Fanua Blake. He stands in the tackle about 28 metres out from the goal line of Berrells and 2 others, including Fotuaika and Keanu Kinney. Now Brayley at a dummy half. Gets to within 17 metres of the goal line. Plays the ball. They spin it to the right. It's with Trindle. Puts it on the toe. Nickera coming through. Oh, he clutched at it. Takes the ball and scores a try. Great hands, Britton Nickera. Try to the Sharks. 9 minutes 45 gone, and it's already very heavily in favour of the home team. Cronulla-Sutherland 10, Gold Coast 0. Little stab kick from Trindle Louis, and great hands from Britton Nickera to score.
Yeah, good footy all over the park there by the Sharks. Everyone doing their job, but it was a really nice dummy half run there from Blake Brayley. He's looking sharp out of there. Then all of a sudden a quick play of the ball, really nice pass there to Trindle. He goes in the line really square. You could see he was either going to play short or put a kick in, and he gets this kick absolutely perfect. He just sort of points it through. It's end over end. It's coming through now. Pops up perfectly there for Britton, and he just gets in 2 hands and scores a simple try. Well, the Sharks are looking so good.
Touchline, Michael Carianis.
Yeah, it doesn't get much better than that from Braden Trindle. Beautiful kick at speed to the line. Well weighted, and if you put too much in it, the Gold Coast Titans would have been able to cover it, but it was well rated, and Britton Nickera slicing through to contest the ball and put it down. Outstanding start here from the Cronulla Sharks. Their intensity is just unmatched at the moment.
Yeah, no doubt. Well, I just wish the Titans players would show the same enthusiasm as Scott Sattler showed earlier in the broadcast box.
There's no energy from them at all, is there? They look tired already. It's only 10 minutes in.
Here's Nico Hines, 20 metres out, 13 in from touch on the western side. 10-0 Sharks, 11 minutes gone. Here comes Hines, right foot kick. He strikes it, likes it, and kicks the goal. What a start, Sharkies. Cronulla-Sutherland 12, Gold Coast 0. NRL Saturday here on ABC Sport with Luke Lewis, Michael Carianis, and I'm Andrew Moore on the text line, which is 0467 920 222. Happy Saturday, Andrew Louie and MC. Happy you're back with the footy. Jodes and Mackay. Hello, Jodes. Hope you're doing very well. Just working out at Whitecliffs, far west New South Wales in the flood water, listening to the expertise of the Irish Wonder. Loving the entertainment. Is that meant for us? Happy to have you guys back. How bad are the refs already? Crichton gets off and Paraplayers gets sin bin for a shoulder tap. Well, you might have that wrong. Crichton in the end was not charged by the match review committee, whereas Jermaine Hopgood has ended up getting a 1-week suspension. So You're in full disagreement with the officials all the way around. Here are the Sharks, 25 out from their own goal line. Katoa plays it to Brayley, goes open side left to Kennedy. He's already having an absolute blinder. We've only had 11 and a half minutes. Played to Brayley, sends it left to Colhoun with a left foot step into the defence of Randall and Co. And down he goes, about 8 metres short of halfway. Brayley sends it right to Nico Hines. He takes on the line, beats Farsumala-Awi. Now put down 3 metres in Gold Coast territory. Played on the last. Trindle, the kick from 41 metres out. Kennedy leads the charge. Up goes Kauno. Kinney with a catch. Gets away from Kennedy. He heads to the 10-metre line into Fanua Blake and bang, down he goes. 9 metres out from his own goal line. 12 gone. Sharks 12. Titans 0. As now a penalty goes against Cronulla for inside the 10. 2-1 the penalties to the Titans, and boy, how they needed that, Louis. 19 out from their own lines.
Well, there's so much room around the inside shoulders of the Gold Coast Titans. They're getting torn apart. Nico Hines just takes a run, a little bit of a show and go, 5 metres out from the line, almost slides straight through. Will Kennedy, every time he carries the ball, looks like he's going to make a break. Same with Blake Brayley up through the middle of the field. They've got to tighten up a little bit. They've got to defend together, the Gold Coast Titans. They're trying to do it all alone.
Tap taken now by Jojo Fafita, and he's caught just on halfway, 12 metres in from the eastern touchline. Plays it, and it comes open side left foot to Waker. Hazelton's there with Colhoun. They combine in defence, 5 metres in Sharks territory, 20 in from touch, eastern side. Verrills to Farsumala-Awi, right to left to Randall, caught in the middle of the park. 10 metres in Cronulla-Sutherland territory by Brayley and Nickera, who gives away a set restart. Too slow on the play of the ball. Second set restart to the Gold Coast Titans. Now they bring it back towards centre field. 33 metres out from the goal line. Getting up to play the ball for the Gold Coast side is the second rower, Arama Ho. Now they work it up the middle to within 28 metres of the line. Sharks defence holding firm so far with his 12-0 lead. Thunawaker plays the ball to Beryl, spins it left to Lachlan Ilias. He takes on the line, but he's put to the ground by Hazelton and Fanua Blake, 20 metres out. Now Verrills goes away left. Solid contact here, mate, but Kinney's tackled 8 metres out. Now Verrills comes back, centre field right on the open side to Brimson. Gets it out the back to Ilias, puts in a little stab kick. Kennedy's back there, but got wrong-footed, and the Gold Coast come very, very close to scoring a try, but we are going to the bunker just to check things out.
Try. Need you to make sure that he's not jagged back on his run through, and whether he grounds the ball or not.
I don't think anyone from the Gold Coast believes they've scored a try, but what is up for grabs is what happens next. 14 gone, Cronulla-Sutherland 12, Gold Coast
chase on the
0.
rise on side.
And if nothing else, Louis, by far and away the most impressive set of 6 for the Titans.
Trindle's just turning towards the ball. We're playing on at this point.
And it gets away from Kennedy.
They're just looking to see if there's any pull here. But I'll tell you what, he goes a lot closer than
He's basically a near swing, that Gold Coast player. It's Kennedy.
Just looking to see if the Titans touch the ball here.
Kennedy kept falling all over it. He couldn't find it.
They both missed it.
That stupid attempt at trying to tap it over the dead ball line instead of just grounding it in goal. Kennedy is played all over the top of it.
What are they looking at?
Was it knocked on by...
I don't think it touched any of them.
The Gold Coast player misses the ball. Just looking to see now who makes the ball dead.
Well, Will Kennedy could have had 84 cracks at that and not picked it up.
Yeah, I think you get tapped. Is that Billy Burns? No, that's Stone Street.
Sam Stone Street. We sure Gold Coast didn't knock that on?
I'm pretty confident he didn't touch it.
Okay. Well, Kennedy didn't. He just fell all over it.
Sam Stone Street then takes the ball dead.
Goal line dropped out.
We got there.
We did. It took a while. Touchline, Michael Carrianis.
Yeah, uncomfortable, no knock on there from the Gold Coast Titans. Right call, goal line drop out.
All right, mate, here it is from Trindle. It's a short one over that eastern side of the field. Up they go. The ball is lost by Stone Street. He got there first, and it is a knock-on. Accidental offside against Cronulla, so the Gold Coast will get the scrum feed 14 metres out from the Cronulla-Sutherland line. It was a perfect short line dropout from Trindle, but Stone Street just couldn't hold on to it as he head down to the ground. And now Gold Coast right in centre field.
Oh, this is their best opportunity. Full set on the Sharks line. That last play where Lockie Ilias put the kick through, I would like to see him play at the back. It would have been a foot race to the corner.
14 out right in front. Scrum one, Verrill sends a ball right, and Fafita gets the pass back to Verrill. Switcheroo by Brimson back to the left of Mweki Whatuwaka. line. He's caught 11 metres out from the Cronulla-Sutherland line. 12-0 Sharks lead after quarter of an hour. Verrills comes left to Xiaomi. Head down, backside up as he charges into the defence. 4 metres out from the goal line. Sam Verrills awaits at dummy half. He sends the ball away right to Brimson. Turns it back on the inside for Waker. Brayley's there to green him, beat him. Finished off by Colhoun. About 2 metres out from the goal line. Now Verrills goes back to the left to Tino Xiaomi. Great tackle for Noah Blake between the uprights, a metre out. Now Verrills, not a good pass. Good hands though from Brimson, high above his head. Drifts across field, puts in a little left foot kick. There's AJ Brimson. Cronulla can't get there again. Finally grounded in goal at the second attempt by KL Iro. So another goal line dropout for the Sharks, who lead 6-0 after 15 and a half minutes.
The only problem with the Gold Coast at the moment is that every time they get downy, they're just going kick happy. They're not asking the questions, and they've got to get that execution out in front. Those passes are very important. If you have to reach back for it, it stuffs up your whole play, and their passes have not been doing that. So I feel like they've just got to ask a few more questions out wide with their passing game.
Flash flooding in Jervis Bay, apparently. Looking forward to the water polo, says Josh. Short line drop out from Braden Trindle. That goes 1 metre and over the eastern touchline. That was a shocker. His previous one was spot on. That was not.
But that was uncontestable.
It was uncontestable, yes.
There should be a penalty then.
Yeah. Well, who could contest that? Because they play the ball instead. And it comes away right to left to Mweki Fadawaka. Runs into Fanua Blake and Hazelton and tackled 10 metres out from the Cronulla-Sutherland goal line. Another chance here for the Titans. Picked up at the base by Verrill. Goes to Ilias inside to Randall. He's knocked to the ground, a metre or two out from the goal line with the Titans on the attack. Sam Verrills gets the pass away to his right through hands to Ilias. He links up with Keanu Kinney, running around in ever-decreasing circles. Flung to the ground by Iro. 11 out from the line and 5 metres in from touch. Stone Street was there as well. Played, comes right to left. Ilias, Xiaomi. Hazelton's there with Brayley. Ball spews out the back this time, but Brimson's wrapped up immediately and put to the ground by Britton Nickera. 14 metres out. Ineffective set thus far. Played to Randall. Goes right to Ilias. Left to right to Keanu Kinney. Then he got the pass away to the winger for the Gold Coast Titans, about 2 metres out from the goal line. And that, taking the tackle, was Shiali Fayamani. So now the Titans on the last. Ilias, a stab kick to the in-goal area. Getting back there is Nico Hines, but it's too deep from Ilias. Over the dead ball line. 20-metre tap Sharks. 7 tackles set. 12-0 to Cronulla-Sutherland. We've had about 17 and a half minutes. Hines takes the tap. Caught on his 30. We check in downstairs with Michael Carianis.
Aside from Keanu Kinney with that set there, the Gold Coast Titans, they didn't look like scoring. He's the only one that played with a bit of turn of pace and threatened the Cronulla Sharks defensive line. Otherwise, they didn't throw too much at the Sharks.
Yeah, he's a thrilling player, Keanu Kinney. Now there's a high tackle against the Gold Coast. It's against Mweki Fadawaka, and a penalty goes to Cronulla-Sutherland. Their second of the day. About 7 metres short of halfway and 20 in from touch western side. And you do wonder, Louis, albeit still early in the game, how costly those few sets for the Gold Coast will be not scoring.
I feel like the Gold Coast could have sat there for 4 hours with the way they were playing and wouldn't penetrate the Sharks' defensive line. So did not offer anything in attack. Really good work there by the Sharks' defence, though.
So now it is the Sharkies who take the tap, and they have a 29 out from the goal line. It's played down. They go from right to left. Trindle away to Fanua Blake. One-hander in the tackle back to Will Kennedy. Kennedy over the 30. Turns it back into Britton Nickera. Nickera straightens into Fadawaka and caught. 25 metres out from the Gold Coast line. Sharks already looking for a third try. Trindle turns it into Hazelton, the cult figure. He's caught 20 metres out. Plays the ball now to Brayley. Sharky's the chance. Colhoun to Hines. Sent the pass on the ground. Scooped up by Kennedy. Away to Ramian. And he dives over in the corner. Oh, so easy. Cronulla-Sutherland all over the Gold Coast. They get a chance down at this southern end and they score. You can bank on it. 16-0 Sharks. 19 minutes and 10 seconds gone. Luke Lewis, Jesse Ramian finished it off.
Ever called game set bingo this early, Andrew, 20 minutes into a game, because they are looking so sharp, the Sharks, and the Gold Coast Titans have definitely not turned up to play. But this is really nice work by the Sharks through the middle of the field. They didn't get the best pass, a little bit of a bouncing pass, great pick up, and then through to hand to find Jesse Ramian, and then it's basically just a foot race to the sideline there, and just goes over in the corner, as easy as you like, and I reckon the Sharks will score 20 more tries tonight.
Well, they might. Every time they get a chance down that end, MC, they score.
Yeah, they've been outstanding, the Cronulla Sharks, and this time it's Will Kennedy throws the final pass for Jesse Ramian, but that's off the back of some really poor tack from the Gold Coast Titans. They had multiple sets on Cronulla's try line through nothing at them whatsoever, and then give away a penalty and a punish once again. This is, unfortunately for the Gold Coast, it's the same old Titans here today.
Yeah, it's a hard watch. Not for Cronulla fans though. Nico Hines 24 metres out and 2 or 3 in from the western touchline. A murky looking twilight here at Shark Park. Overcast, a hint of rain, but no rain currently. 16-0 Sharky League.
It's going to be raining tries.
Well, it is at the moment, isn't it? 20 and a half minutes gone, 3 tries already. It's raining tries. Here comes Hines. Kick 2 from 2. Oh, what a beautiful sound effect, Dennis Carnahan. Not a good kick, though. He missed it 18 miles across the face of goal. And that was a beautiful sound effect that Dennis organised with boot on ball. No goal, though. It's 16-0. Cronulla-Sutherland leading the Gold Coast Titans. Now around the grounds. New South Wales Cup first half. Manly Ringo, in fact, it's half time. Manly Ringo 16, leading Canberra 6. Jersey Flegg, as I mentioned, Parramatta has beaten Melbourne 28-18. Queensland Cup second half. South Logan 24, leading Wynnum Manly 16. Third quarter now underway in the AFL. It's all the Giants leading Hawthorn 82-54. And oh no, Elise Perry's out in the cricket. Oh, they haven't kicked it out in the full.
Yeah,
they couldn't have.
They have.
Penalty to Cronulla in the centre of halfway.
There'll be a try again, you said.
I was devastated because Elise Perry's out for 76. Australia 4 for 193 in reply to India's first innings of 198. So, yeah, penalty to the shot. That was out by miles too, that kick-off, by the way, as Trindle drop punts it over the eastern touchline, 30 metres out from the Gold Coast line. Now, so far, the Titans have shown zero resilience. Tap taken by KL Iro, and he's tackled 21 metres out and 10 in from touch on the eastern side. The ball played to Brayley, goes to the right, Trindle to Hines to Fanua Blake. Puts on a bit of footwork at the defensive line, and on his back he goes, 20 metres out for the Titans line. Now played to Brayley, one-handed pickup, short side right, it goes to Kennedy, turns it into Nickera. He's chopped to the ground by Firma over the top, 11 metres out from the goal line. He plays the ball to Brayley, Briss from right to left on the open side, pass away to Trindle, show and go, straight through, non-existent, flimsy, pathetic defending, and he's able to score. Brayden Trindle for the Sharkies. That's 4 for them. Oh, Louis, it's raining tries. Hallelujah. 22 gone. Sharkies already lead 20 points to 0.
It's unbelievable. They just look, like I said, they're looking sharp, but everyone is just in position, doing their job at 100 miles an hour. But that kick from the Gold Coast Titans is absolutely horrible. Then they get a tap 30 metres out, and then all of a sudden it's just set up to the right. Look like we're going to go left. A big show and go from Trindle, and he just goes over as easy as you like. I don't even think they laid a finger on him there. That was a beautiful try. Great little dummy. And the Sharks, scintillating.
Well, this crowd here, Michael Carianis, of 11,548, enjoying every minute of this.
Yeah, the joint is rocking, and so it should be. The Cronulla Sharks have come to play. Brayden Trindle, a couple of years back, he produced a 10 out of 10 performance in a finals game. This is the equal of that so far. He has been outstanding for the Cronulla Sharks. And Andrew, remember our little deal?
What was that?
48-0 with 30 seconds left.
It might be 48-0 with 30 seconds left in the first half. This is one of the most pathetic first-round efforts I've ever seen from the Gold Coast in the first half of footy. How can they be that pathetic? Here's Hines right in front, 10 metres out, kicks the goal. He's 3 out of 4, 22-0. The Sharks lead the Titans.
I'm with you, though. I actually think it could be 40-0 at half-time.
Every single time, Michael, the Sharks have gone down the other end. It's bye-bye time.
Oh, how bad are the Titans? They just come down. Like, they're well off the pace, and they kick the ball out on the floor, give away a penalty. Wow, this is, as you said, Andrew, this has been one of the worst opening round performances, and we've seen a couple of blowouts already this weekend, but no performance as inept as this one to start.
Lachlan Ilias, can he at least keep the ball in the field of play? From the kick-off, down the northwest corner, it's deep. Oh, Kennedy takes it just in from the dead-ball line. I reckon Josh had Oh, now an error from Adam Fanua-Blake, picked up by the Gold Coast Titans, and they have it only 10 metres out from the goal line. So does that change things a little bit? Fanua-Blake returning the kick-off. Loses the footy. Now the ball is played by Sami. A pass dribbles along the ground to Lachlan Ilias, and he's going to be tackled 8 metres out from the line.
I was waiting for you to say the Worms.
Ball played to Verrills. I reckon one Worm might score a try here. Randall, he's going to be taken 4 metres out from the line. Now Verrills at dummy half. Can the Gold Coast get on the board? The pass goes for Waker. He's caught and will play it only half a metre out. On the field, by the way, for the Gold Coast is Cleese Haas for the first time. Verrills sends the ball right to left. Brimson gets the pass away. Ilias. Then to Firma. He sends it on the inside and Gold Coast knock it on, but it's a delayed penalty to the Gold Coast. Cronulla-Sutherland left early, says Ziggy, and inside the 10. So a penalty to the Gold Coast, a metre out. 11 in from touch in the northwest corner. 15 minutes 30 left first half, and the scoreline is 22-0. That's from the tap restart. Fasil Malaawi, he scored 2 metres out for the line. Hazelton in over the top. It's played to Verrills. He sends it back on the inside. Tackle comes a metre out from the goal line. To his feet, Randall plays it to Verrills. Goes right to Fasil Mahali. He dummied to the left, comes back to the right, but straight into the defence, and he's monstered to the ground by Fanua-Blake. 4 metres away, Titans with it down 22 block. Verrills sends the ball left to Ilias, then to Brimson, and a cut-out pass. This time finds Philip Sami. He's wrapped up. This is great defence by the Sharkies. 8 metres out, 3 in from touch, western side. Couple of tackles left for the Gold Coast. The ball played to Feaguy. Comes right to Cleese Haas. He's going to be taken by Brayley and Hazelton. Only 7 out from the goal line. Last tackle, Gold Coast. Ball played, Verrills goes right to Brimson, away Ilias. Quick hand, jumping tackle, ball loose, picked up on the Gold Coast, intercepted by Burns. He's away over the 20 and the 30. He got a pass back inside to Iro, and he's run down 4 metres in Gold Coast half. That's the reward of great defence from the Sharkies. We're going back, are we?
Being pulled back for something. Sharks ball here. That's a great tackle from Kyle.
No, he's saying Gold Coast ball 10 metres out from the Sharks line.
For what?
Don't know. Touch line happened in front of you, MC.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I had my eyes on the boards. On report, someone's on report here for a tackle, so something must have happened off the ball on this side of the field. Nico Hines, I think, Andrew, is the player on report for late contact.
All right, we'll await confirmation.
What about Ziggy's beautiful moustache?
I don't know about it. So it's a penalty going to the Gold Coast Titans. Penalties are 4-3 to the Titans. We haven't had a replay of any sort here. It's an off-the-ball incident, and we'll get confirmation of MC at the appropriate time as to who is on report for the Sharkies. He believes it is Nico Hines. So now from the tap, another set here for the Gold Coast. They're only 5 metres out. Played to Verrills, goes right Ilias, turns it back on the inside, and the Gold Coast get within a couple of metres of the line through Ho. He'll play the ball now in front of the post. Does so to Verrills, dummies, and burrows his way. He's close, but he's not there. He runs into the upright and the defensive Colhoun. Randall spins it left to Brimson. Left foot kick over the top from AJ. Goes out on the full by about 8 metres. Woeful. Shakes over Sharkies, 10 out from their own line. 13 minutes 40 left in the half. Cronulla-Sutherland 22, lead Gold Coast 0. As from the restart, it comes left to Sione Katoa. Caught 18 out from his own line.
All the Sharks need is a set restart and they'll get another try. But they've got absolutely nothing at the moment. The Gold Coast Titans, they're offering nothing in attack. Their kicking game is off. They look like they're out with the fairies. They have not turned up today.
Here's Iro. Put to the ground, 30 out for the Cronulla line. Coming onto the field now for Cronulla-Sutherland, Toby Rudolph. is in search of a new manager. Sharky's 15 short of halfway. His first manager brushed him. Someone by the name of Lewis.
Can't blame him, do you?
Comes left of Vanilla Blake. I'm not going to say that to Toby, that's for sure. 4 short of halfway. Played to Brayley. Goes left to Trindle. Let's get out of here. Kick from halfway. Drift down to Kinney. He takes it on the full. 12 metres out from his own line. Brings it back to the 20 and driven back. 17 out from his own line. 27 and a half minutes gone. Sharks 22. Titans 0. Back down to you, Michael Carianis.
Yeah, Tino Fasulumalawi just coming from the field, Andrew. And earlier he was actually placed on report for a late tackle on Blake Brayley in the lead up to the Jesse Ramian try. So Tino Fasulumalawi on report, and we're still just trying to get some clarity on which Cronulla Sharks player was also on report.
No worries, Michael. Thank you, mate. Here's the Titans 5 metres into Cronulla-Sutherland territory. Beryl's out of dummy half. Takes on the defensive line himself. And he's wrapped up about 34 metres out from the line. Last tackle. It comes to Brimson with a left foot kick down to the northwest corner. Kennedy's under it. He takes the catch. And he's met by the chase of Sami and Feaguy about 9 metres out from the Cronulla-Sutherland line. Get your text shortly as well on 0467 920 222. Tony from Parks, hope you have a great call. Maury Lou NMC enjoyed the pre-game commentary as well. Thanks, Tony. 0467 920 222. Sharks 26 out from their own goal line as it's Brayley dummy half. Sends it left to Kennedy. He's straight through again, Will Kennedy. Dragged to the ground desperately from behind, just short of halfway by Randall. Played to Brayley, to Hines to Vanilla Blake. He gets up to go again, and he's going to be asked to play it 32 metres out from the goal line. Now comes to the right, Trindle. High kick down for Kinney, 10 metres out, up they fly, Nickera. He came up with it, gave it to Ramian, he gives it to Trindle. Trindle's over the score. It's 6,000 to 0. 11 minutes left. I reckon I'm right, even though the scoreboard says 26-0. Another try to the Sharks. Luke Lewis this time from a kick.
Yeah, we'll only get one opportunity. It's the last play. They put a nice little kick up, and it was Trindle who puts the kick up. They're all on side, and like watching it live, it definitely comes backwards out of the hand there of Britton Nickera, and then it just bounces straight into Will Kennedy's hands, and it's just, Jesse Ramian's hands. It's just a little simple draw and pass, and he's under the sticks. He pretty much walks over the try line and scores a simple try.
So that is a back-to-back double for Braden Trindle. 26-0, 5 tries, and a sitter of a kick coming to Nico Hines. Michael Carianis on the touchline.
Yeah, and just confirmation, Britton Nickera was the Cronulla player placed on report. So 2 players placed on report in the open half. Tino Fasulumalawi for the Titans and Britton Nickera, both for off-the-ball incidents.
Right, MC. Here's Nico Hines. 13 metres out, 5 metres to the right of the post. What's Josh Hannay got to do here? His first game as coach in the NRL.
Get on the bus and go home.
You reckon he might already been there?
Oh, I'll be gone, but I'm looking over. He's still there.
How's he looking?
Yeah.
Yeah? Gotcha.
It's not how he's looking, it's how he's feeling the ball bugger.
How's he feeling?
Oh, I reckon be horrible.
You good, Nico? Confirmed?
Here's Nico Hines. He's kicked 3 from 4. Still 10 minutes to go in the first half. It's 26-0. Room and mirrors time for the Gold Coast Titans. Here comes Hines. With the right boot, he makes no mistakes. Straight between the sticks. His 4th goal of the afternoon or evening. And it's 28-0. Cronulla-Sutherland leads Gold Coast. 9 minutes 30 left first half. Coming onto the field now for the Titans is Curtis Moran. I love him. He plays like he's 11 foot tall, Curtis Moran. Got the heart the size of a lion, and he goes out there with his team down 28-0. That must be disconcerting to come on the field for the first time and the game's already over.
Yeah, now you've got to go out and try and just bring some energy into the jersey.
So here's the kick-off from Lachlan Ilias, and it's taken just out from the goal line, and Kennedy goes left away to Rudolph, and Toby's going to be caught. 14 out from his own line for Cronulla-Sutherland, up 28 points to 0. Now comes left as the Sharks take that 25 metres out from their own line. Ball played by Kafusi comes left this time. So that's Kafusi now tackled. 34 out from his own goal line. Brayley works the ball right across to Talakai. He's going to be caught 8 metres short of halfway. Sharks with it, and he lost the football. So that's an ordinary effort there from Talakai. And the Gold Coast will get the scrum feed. 8 metres in Cronulla-Sutherland's territory. 28 lot to the Sharks. 8 minutes 40 left in the half. Titan scrum feed. 7 metres in Cronulla-Sutherland territory. Welcome back to season 26, gentlemen. It's your mate Chris from Wagga here, still doing the journey from Adelaide to Wagga to see the lovely lady of my life. With your call, as always, keeping me company. Good on you, Chris. Have a nice reunion. Luke, enjoy the second half commentating with MC. This could be that 48-0 margin. You ready to go, MC? Is your throat okay?
Yeah, I'm good for 30 seconds.
Here's Verrills. He sends the ball away to his right. Odd now that you're good for 30 seconds. Tukey Simpkins is put to the ground. As the Titans, they work it within 25 metres of the Cronulla-Sutherland goal line. Sam Verrills awaits a dummy half. It's played to him now, and it comes to the left. Brimson, dummy's inside, finally goes that way to Beau Firma, and he's driven back by the defence of Colhoun and Rudolph. 27 away from the line. Setterfield, northern end. Verrills goes right, through hands away now to Lachlan Ilias. Steps in field to be taken 20 metres out from the line. Last tackle, Gold Coast. Played to Verrills, goes left to Brimson. The kick from 22 metres out. Coming through Phillips Army, but the catch taken by Kennedy, and it's a penalty going to the Gold Coast. 2 players in the deck, one from each side, and Jesse Ramian is the player penalised. Gold Coast leading the penalty count 5-3. This is 6 metres out, 12 metres in from touch in the northwest corner. 7 minutes left first half. Cronulla-Sutherland 28, Gold Coast 0, and the Sharkies take the tap. Verrills sends it away, open side right. Tackle made 2 or 3 metres short of halfway. Here on Tukey Simpkins. He plays the ball to Verrills. Spins it right to Brimson to Ilias. And then away to the second rower, Ho, who's drilled to the ground 9 metres out. Plays it, there's not a dummy half there. Hello, wakey, Gold Coast. Where are they? Because I'll tell you what, Louis, they're nowhere near Shark Park. Sharks back with 15 out. Get rid of the doona, the pipe and the slippers, Titans, and maybe roll the sleeves up.
It's laughable.
It's ridiculous.
I can't believe what we're watching.
This isn't first grade standard, the Gold Coast. It's pathetic. As now the Sharkies working to the left, Rudolph. He's put to the ground 12 short of halfway. Played to Brayley. Sets out from dummy half. Ran into Cleese Haas, who's offside. Play on as he offloads to Talakai. He's tackled the metre in Gold Coast territory. Last tackle, Shark. 6 minutes left in the half. Cronulla leads 28-0. Brayley goes left to Trindle. Puts the kick in down to Keanu Kinney. Barely had to move. Straight down his throat. 14 out from the Gold Coast line. And he's tackled just outside the 20. 28 lot Sharks lead. Titans back with the footy.
Yeah, we'll see. I like what the Sharks do there. If they have a couple of sets on their line, they don't overplay their hand. They're happy just to get up over halfway and kick into the corner, and then they'll build their game again. That's what they're doing really well tonight. And they're defending their line like it actually means something. I really love KL out wide there. His defence is absolutely brilliant in that left-hand spot to the centre.
Now Kinney gets the pass away to the right edge for the Gold Coast Titans. They have it about 3 metres in Cronulla territory, and there's your man Hero making a tackle here on Fafita. Ball played, they work it right to left. Keanu Kinney just desperately trying to spark his team, but he's met head on here by Rudolph. 7 metres in Sharks territory. On the last, Ilias puts up a midfield spiralling kick down to the left wing of Stone Street, who takes it well low to the ground. 18 out from his own line. 5 minutes left first half. Cronulla-Sutherland 28, Gold Coast 0. Touchline, Michael Carianis.
Yeah, it's probably the best set the Gold Coast Titans at Low Park, but that's the best set they've had in a while. Let's see how they defend, because the last couple of times they let the Sharks off the hook with a couple of set restarts or penalties as the Sharks shift it wide.
To Ramian. Ramian comes back towards centre field, straightens into the defence. Got a one-hander away to Brayley. He sends it back to the right to Nicker, and it's a penalty to the Gold Coast. Against Cronulla. With
player out of play.
ball in hand. There was a Sharks player out of play.
How was he out of play? They didn't make any meters.
Wait, Lucky.
Penalty, Titans 20 out right in front. 4 minutes 18 to go. I tell you what, for a team going like absolute busted bazookas, the Titans have had a lot of opportunities. 10 metres out, which is where they are now. Verrills goes left to Lachlan Ilias, plays it out the back to Brimson. Got the pass away to Kenny, who's just monstered to the ground by Ramian. 9 metres out from the goal line. Plays the ball now, and it's flung to the right and lost the ball as it made its way through to Curtis Morris. Knocked on Gold Coast, and the Sharks will get the scrum feed just outside their 10-metre line. 3 minutes 48 left first half, 28-0 the Sharks lead.
Now, I'd love to know how many opportunities the Gold Coast Titans had. I don't know if they've even looked close. I seriously don't know if they look close. And then their pass out of dummy half goes onto the ground. Curtis Moran can't pick it up. It's not the best passes in the world.
So they must have had 6 opportunities in that sort of attacking position.
Easy. And not even look like going close to going over the try line.
So now the Sharks win the scrum, and it comes right to Sione Katoa. Rings around the defence to the 40. Then he gets away from another. Finally put to the ground 8 metres short of halfway. Tackle finally made there by Brimson and Bo Firma. Now up the middle goes Kafusi. He's on halfway, centre field. Bradley out of dummy half. Gains 12. Copped a high tackle, I thought. But no penalty. The crowd don't like that. 15 metres in Titans half. It's played now to Kennedy. Goes left to Hines. Turns it on the inside to Rudolph. And he's tackled. 32 out from the Gold Coast line. 28-0 the Sharks lead. 2 minutes 40 left first half as Brayley goes left to Kennedy. Turns it on the inside to Billy Burns. Beats one. Then stands. Ball knocked on by the Gold Coast. Getting in the road there was Curtis Moran. May have saved the day, but it is knocked on by Moran, meaning another scrum feed this time for the Cronulla-Sutherland side. 20 metres out, Louis, from the Gold Coast line and right in front of those Southern posts.
I promise you they'll score this set.
You
I don't know what play.
Do you agree, MC? Are you prepared to promise?
Make a promise.
I'm not going to promise.
Okay, well that's not as much confidence as Luke Lewis has. They win the scrum and it comes right to Jesse Ramian. He's floored by Brimson, 14 metres out from the line. 5 tackles to fulfil the Louis promise. Comes left to Talakai. He marches straight and hard and felled. 7 metres out in front of the right upright. Cronulla-Sutherland, they're looking for a 6th try in the half. Brayley goes left. Trendle, short ball away to Nico Hines. Promise delivered. When you promise, Louis, you back it up. 32-0, Cronulla-Sutherland leads. Minute 35 to go. The try to Nico Hines.
Every time they get inside that 30-metre line, at the moment, they're going to score tries. The way that the Sharks set up is absolutely brilliant. And the defensive line are getting it wrong every time. They're putting 5 on the short side. They're putting 5 on the outside where they need 6. They've always got the overlap. And the execution of the Sharks' attack is beautiful. Every person running the right line. And Nico Hines here just pops out the back. A really beautiful ball here from Trindle. He goes into the line. Looks like he's going to play short and pops it off his hip. Hits Nico untouched. Simple try.
Yeah, good try, but is that not a training try?
Yeah.
Okay. Touchline, Michael Carry-on. You should have promised, Michael.
Yeah, to be fair, I wasn't actually listening, so I had no idea what I was promising.
Okay. Thanks. This is why you're not in the intro of things. This is why your regime is doomed from the start. You don't listen, you don't pay attention. No, your mic's off now. You had your chance. Here's Nico Hines, 15 out, 20 in for the Eastern touchline. 32-0 to Cronulla. 30 seconds left in the half. Nico so far kicked 4 from 5. 6 tries here from the Sharks. Set Nico Hines. They'll get a standing O here, Cronulla, for sure, at half-time for this crowd of 11,500. Here comes Hines with a conversion attempt. He strikes it. He likes it. He's kicked the goal. So he is now 5 from 6. And I'm running out of fingers and toes. 34-0 with 7 seconds to go in the half. They can't score again, can they, in 7 seconds?
Not 7. They'll probably get the ball and just throw it out the back.
I'd just try some sort of miracle play. Why not?
Run to the line, get a big front row and kick downfield.
Yeah.
No, but there'll be the fullback will be there.
Oh, Towner Kenny's the one who can hold his head up high. Maybe chip and chase.
I'd love to see that. Chip and chase, score under the post, make it 40-0 half time.
It's the restart for Lachlan Ilias. Taking his time. His players creep in front of him, but he gets the kick down to that northwest corner again to Kennedy. He takes it, gives it away to his left. The return comes, and the tackle made on Rudolph. 18 now from the Sharks line, and that's it. First half is over. Cronulla-Sutherland. What an effort to lead 34 points to 0. And yeah, the crowd is rising. Why wouldn't they? Because for as pathetic the Gold Coast Titans have been, the Sharkies have been excellent at home in the season opener. And this is interesting, Louis. They go arm in arm here for a bit of a chit-chat before they get into the sheds with Craig Fitzgibbon.
Yeah, I think they've been doing this for like the breathing techniques. They take a couple of big deep breaths a couple of times before they go in. They just coop themselves, and they'll go in and get the message. But the message is go out and just keep doing what you're doing.
Let's go downstairs. We'll give him another chance. Michael Carrianis, down to you.
Yeah, while we focus largely on the Gold Coast Titans and Ed Open in 40 minutes, let's praise the Cronulla Sharks and how they've started this season. It's a real statement from them, and some of the players that have come under some scrutiny over the past couple of seasons, namely their halves and their fullback, Nicho Hynes, Braden Trindle, Will Kennedy, they've been awesome today. Braden Trindle, I spoke about that final performance that he had a couple of years ago, which was a 10 out of 10 game. This is almost as good as that performance. This has been an outstanding 40 minutes from the Cronulla Sharks players.
Now, the points for the Sharkies, 6 tries to William Kennedy in the 2nd minute, Britton Nickera in the 10th, Jesse Ramian in the 20th. We saw Braden Trindle score in the 22nd and 30th minutes, and Nicho Hynes in the 39th. Hynes 5 goals from 6 attempts. Britton Nickera on report in the 26th minute. No restarts or challenges for them. For the Gold Coast Titans, nothing, not even a hint. Tino Fa'asuamaleaui on report for an off-field contact in the 20th minute. 2 restarts. Penalty 6-3 to the Gold Coast Titans, but it's all Cronulla-Sutherland leading by 34 points to 0. Now, I'd be interested, just quickly, Louis, Craig Fitzgibbon, what is his message to his team at half-time? Because we often talk about this could be 70-0, but it's so hard for teams leading by a million to stay as focused in the second half.
But to be fair, they're not doing anything crazy. They're not doing anything crazy special. All they're doing is they're actually defending really well. They're getting through their sets and they're kicking.
Yeah.
But all they're doing in attack is running their plays. They're actually not, when you see sides or throw offloads and things are sticking. That's usually when you see all the points stop sort of coming. But at the moment, the way that they're playing, they're not doing anything. They're just going through the motions. They're going through their sets, kicking, setting up a play, executing the play. It's the reading of the defence. It's been horrible. If the Gold Coast Titans don't fix up their defence, setting up their defence right, getting the numbers in the right spots, Sharks will run tries like this all day.
This could be the weirdest stat that we hear or see in 2026. 34-0 in favour of Cronulla-Sutherland. Possession, 51% Gold Coast.
What?
I know. Yet they're down by 34 points to 0. That is how inept they've been. So the Sharkies running amok. 0467 920 222 to send text messages. Thank you for the text. There's an unnamed human who sent a nice text. Thank you very much. Whatever the Landys is trying to do and manufacture the game isn't working, reckons Mark at the ACT. Call it Andrew, game set bingo. Haha. Thanks, Byron. At Townsville. Yeah, I think you could do that. Around the grounds, before we head to the ABC News, we've got New South Wales Cup second half. Manly Ringer 28 leading Canberra 16. In the Queensland Cup, South Logan 24 defeated Winner Manly 16. First half, we've got the Tweed Seagulls 6 leading Sunshine Coast 4. Third quarter AFL, GWS Giants 113, Hawthorn 73. And in the cricket, day 2 of the day-night women's test at the WACA ground in Perth. In reply to India's first innings of 198, the Australian team is now 4 for 217, with Annabelle Sutherland 93 of 125 deliveries, Beth Mooney on 10. Out today, Elise Perry for 76 of 100. deliveries. Half-time here at Cronulla, 34-0. Sharks lead Titans. Here with Luke Lewis, Michael Carianis. I'm Andrew Moore. Back with more shortly, but right now we head to the ABC newsroom.
This is ABC News with David Rowlands. Explosions sent up clouds of dark smoke in the Iranian capital Tehran earlier, and Iran retaliated by firing missiles, as the United States warned of a forthcoming bombing campaign that its officials say will be the most intense yet in the conflict, which is now coming to the end of its first week. Larry Buttrose has more on this story.
As the war enters its second week, there's no foreseeable end to the fighting. The US has approved a new $200 billion munitions sale to Israel after President Donald Trump said he wouldn't negotiate with Iran without his unconditional surrender. Iran's UN ambassador says the country will take all necessary measures to defend itself. In a sign of the widening nature of the conflict, sirens sounded early today in Bahrain as an Iranian attack targeted the island kingdom. Falling intercept debris was reported in the UAE, and Saudi Arabia says it shot down a ballistic missile launched towards Prince Sultan Air Base, which hosts US forces.
Meanwhile, a strategic policy expert at ANU says he's not surprised by reports that Russia is now helping Iran with intelligence in the war with the US and Israel. Matthew Sussex says Iran and Russia have been close for some time now.
The Iranians were supplying, until relatively recently, large numbers of drones to Russia for use on the battlefield in Ukraine. And intelligence swaps have been rumoured to be going on for a while. So that's not particularly surprising.
The US State Department has approved a more than $200 billion military munitions sale to Israel without congressional review. Israel requested to buy 12,000 1,000-pound bomb bodies as the war against Iran continues. US Secretary of State Marco Rubio says an emergency exists that requires the immediate sale to Israel. Major flooding is entering parts of the town centre of Katherine in the Northern Territory, overwhelming the town's levee system. Significant water is rising around the visitor centre and shops, with water rushing in from the direction of the levee, which has held back a large body of water for most of the day. The Northern Territory government built a high concrete wall through the middle of the town in 2022 to prevent catastrophe from a smaller flood. The water level is still yet to peak at 19.2 metres later tonight. And Katherine local Rod Usher says many residents are waiting out the peak of the flood.
Some residents have removed all their vehicles and brought them up to our place. Poor buggers were actually unlucky enough to be away, so we've got a few people's vehicles up here. It looks like a bit of a used car yard at the moment.
Still at the top end, where in Darwin, voting is about to close at the Nightcliff by-election, where 4 candidates are competing to fill the position vacated by the Territory's first Greens member. Joseph Hathaway-Wilson has the story.
In 2024, just 36 votes separated the Greens from Labor. Today, Suki Doris Walker is fighting to retain the seat for the Greens against Labor councillor Ed Smelt, both of whom will have to deal with the Country Liberal Party government with a commanding majority.
The pressure that the crossbench can put on the major parties to actually act in the interests of constituents is so important.
If I'm elected, I'll be a strong voice for the people of Nightcliff, and I'll really take it up to the CLP government.
The CLP's Anjan Podell is hoping to benefit from his party's Tough on Crime campaign, while independent Phil Scott is pitching himself as an advocate for local business.
A senior Victorian government minister has defended the state's spending, with the mid-year financial report revealing that Victoria's debt has now hit $160 billion. The report shows debt has grown by $10 billion in the past 6 months and is currently forecast to reach more than $165 billion by mid-year. Health Minister Marianne Thomas says key revenue sources are set to come in the second half of the year.
Our fiscal plan is working, but we will not apologise for investing in the infrastructure that our state needs. Now, we have a growing and thriving population, and only Labor will continue to invest in the infrastructure that we need.
Police say a report will be prepared for the coroner after a man drowned at Marcoola Beach on the Sunshine Coast in Queensland this afternoon. Emergency services were called to the scene just past 1:30 today when the 62-year-old went missing in the surf. Police say the Chermside man was retrieved from the water and confirmed dead shortly after 2 o'clock local time. It's the second drowning death on the Sunshine Coast in a week after 18-year-old surf lifesaver Joe Talano's body was found last night. ABC News.
Hi, it's Mackenzie Arnold. I'm Caitlin Ford. It's Alana Kennedy. Hi, I'm Claire Hunt from the Matildas.
Get behind the Tillies with ABC Sport for the AFC Women's Asian Cup Australia 2026. Live and ad-free on ABC Listen.
ABC Sports coverage of the 2026 NRL Premiership.
27 away from the Gold Coast line. Last play now for the Sharks. Comes left to Trindle. He puts up the kick. Down to the fullback, Kinney, coming through Stone Street. And the ball's plucked out of the sky by Will Kennedy. He's over to score. Try to Cronulla-Sutherland. Wow, that didn't take long. 1 minute and 55 seconds. Plays the ball now to Brayley. Sharky's the chance. Colhoun to Hines. Sent the pass on the ground. Scooped up by Kennedy. Away to Ramian. And he dives over in the corner. Oh, so easy. Cronulla-Sutherland all over the Gold Coast. 16-0 Sharks. 19 minutes and 10 seconds. Go on, Luke Lewis.
Never called game set bingo this early, Andrew, 20 minutes into a game, because they are looking so sharp, the Sharks.
11 metres out from the goal line. He plays the ball to Brayley. Briss from right to left on the open side. Pass away to Trindle. Show and go. Straight through. Non-existent. Lindsay. Pathetic defending. And he's over to score. Brayden Trindle for the Sharkies. That's 4 for them. Oh, Louis. It's raining tries. Hallelujah. 22 gone. Sharkies already lead 20 points to 0. Now comes to the right. Trindle. High kick down for Kinney. 10 metres out. Up they fly. Nickera. He came up with it. Gave it to Ramian. He gives it to Trindle. Trindle's over to score. It's 6,000 to 0. 11 minutes left. I reckon I'm right, even though the scoreboard says 26-0.
ABC Sports coverage of the 2026 NRL Premiership.
On your radio, ABC Sport Digital Radio.
And ABC Listen.
Half-time, 34-0 Sharks over Titans. Next Manly, Canberra, Brookvale. Glenn Lauder on the call with Dean Hallitown, Ruan Sims. I've done it, Estar. I'm not sure how long I've left you here, mate. Good evening to you.
Good evening, Andrew. We've got Manly in their mid-90s kits this year, and it's almost going back in time because there's a blue in New South Wales Cup, 28 points to 22 with 5.5 to go. Manly and Canberra, just the one change. I'll get into it right now because we might have to cross straight back to you. It's on the bench. Corey Waddell will come in jumper number 20. Brandon Wakeham drops off for Manly. Canberra 1 to 19. Dean Hallitown alongside me. Dino, good afternoon to you for the first time in 2026. This one's interesting. I think the headline, Jamal Fogarty up against his old club in round 1.
Yeah, good afternoon, Estee Roo. Great to be here at Brookvale. It's always it's nice to drive up this way and watch Manly go at home. I'm expecting a decent crowd, but it's sort of just a smattering over the hill at the moment. Jamal Fogarty, as you said, up against his old team. It's so hard this part of the year to sort of judge where teams are at. Obviously, the pre-season challenge goes off and some teams field some strong teams. They get towed up or they go well and you make some assumptions, but then it doesn't usually unfold in round 1. So interesting to see how both go. Canberra Raiders off the back of a pretty successful year last year. We want to go better this year.
Yeah, Rude. Dino just mentioned the pre-season. Ricky Stewart's not a fan, so we didn't see too many big names, particularly the halves, Ethan Sanders and Ethan Strange, who had a great season last year.
Yes, I think that's going to be really interesting to see how that one goes. Obviously, Ethan Sanders has only had 5 NRL games, so a very young number 7. So Ethan Strange will obviously be taking a little bit more responsibility in that respect, but their forward pack is probably where they can allow these halves to be really creative. On the flip side, though, the home side, not only do they have the fortress, Brookvale Oval, here on their side, they've got a fit, raring and ready to go Tom Trbojevic as captain today. So to watch him run around at full pelt, that is going to be a sight to behold here on the Northern Beaches.
Yeah, pretty full-strength team last week. Got beaten by South Sydney. They'll be disappointed with that, Manly. And the forward pack, so Taniela Paseka back after a long injury layoff. Siwa Takiaho against Josh Papali'i and Joey Tarpany. Andrew, it is going to be a great battle. It's like 1987 all over again. The 2 grand finalists at the SCG kick off in around about an hour's time.
It's day being round 1. I may have forgotten about our halftime cross. So well done to you and Roo and Dean Hallitown. And looking forward to listening to Manly beat Canberra on the way way home tonight. That game at Brookvale, 7:35 kick-off, just over an hour away. Teams back here for the second half. It's very one-sided, 34-0 in favour of Cronulla-Sutherland. What would have been going on, Luke Lewis, in the Titans room, do you think, at half-time?
Oh, I'm not too sure. I know what I would be saying if I was coaching.
What would it be?
I probably can't say it on here.
Oh, good, okay. But amongst the players group, what are you saying?
I don't know. But
is it really quiet in there?
Yeah, I reckon they'll be sitting there going, we don't know what's happened and why they haven't turned up like this. But I've never seen such low energy for a round one game from one side.
We'll check in with Michael Carianis on the touchline shortly. Referee Klasa Adamski just waiting for the thumbs up. Gets it now, and here we go. It'll be the Sharks getting first use of the footy as Ilya sends the kick down to Kennedy. Fields it 7 metres out from his own line. Passes left to Oregon Kafusi, and he's tackled 19 out from his own goal line with Cronulla-Sutherland first use of the footy up 34-0. Xiaomi Millie broke through, but he scored on his 30. Played to Brayley, goes right, Hines away. He links up with Nickera, who's going to be held up 11 metres short of halfway. Dummy half Brayley. He dummies, goes himself Blake Brayley, but into the defence, and he's going to be handled by Sam Verrills, his opposite number, on halfway. Played to Kennedy centre field, goes left this time to Rudolph. He's going to be claimed 10 metres, still going. Great leg drive by Toby Rudolph. Caught 38 out from the goal line. Last play comes left to Braden Trindle. Up she goes, the high kick coming through Stone Street. The ball's been lost by the Gold Coast Titans, and that was the young winger who's put the ball down in the northwest corner. So the mistake from Siali Bayamani, and it's going to be a Cronulla-Sutherland scrum feed, 10 out from the Gold Coast line. Let's check in first time, second half with you, Michael Carianis.
Yeah, dear oh dear, some more of the same from the Gold Coast Titans, fumbling that bomb there and allowing or gifting the Sharks another opportunity. And the scary thing for the Gold Coast Titans is that Blake Brayley, we know how crafty he is around the ruck. Well, he didn't run much in that first half, allowed his halves to dominate, but you know once he gets a sense of some flimsy defence, he's going to take off at some stage.
So Sharks win the scrum. They go to the right side to Nico Hines, beats the first, but he's now standing. The tackle hits the deck finally, 5 metres out from the Titans goal line. Plays the ball to Brayley, goes left away to Talakai, spins in the Verrills tackle. Help comes defensively for the Gold Coast from Tuki Simpkin. Set restart though for the Sharkies. That's their first of the game. Trindle across field to Hines, quick hands, got it away to Katoa. Steps back infield and nailed 8 metres out, but the Sharkies start a new set. 8 out for the Gold Coast line. Ball played and it comes right to left. Hines gets it away to Nickera. He steps straight into the defence here and claimed 10 metres out. A 3-man tackle. Furman was in there with Haas. Now Brayley goes left to Kafusi. He's nailed a metre or two out. Gold Coast have got to show some credibility here. Can they hold on as Trindle gets the pass away to a wide running and very strong running effort coming from Ramian. And Jesse Ramian, Jamie's brother, is over to score. Jesse Ramian, after only, 2.5 minutes of the second half, he's over. 38-0, Cronulla-Sutherland leads the Gold Coast, and that is the 7th try for the Sharkies, scored on the angled run by Jesse Ramian. Luke Lewis.
Yep, another brilliant little play here from the Cronulla Sharks. They had him shot a couple of different ways. He could have played out the back to Nico, would have been a quick tip on Siani's over in the corner, but this time he just opts to go short, and a real nice, strong courage line there from Jesse Ramian. Gets his big bumpers up, gets it right on the chest there, breaks out of tackle, reaches his arm out and slams it down with 3 Titans players around him. Beautiful try.
Yeah, it didn't take much again, Michael Carianis, as the umbrella's up, I noticed.
Yeah, it's starting to rain here, Andrew. More than a hint of rain here. It's coming down now, but Sam Verrills is getting a 10-2 by the trainer after that heavy contact from Jesse Ramian, and that was just a try around desire. There was nothing flash in that play there from the Cronulla Sharks. It was just the desire of Jesse Ramian to run over the top of a couple Titans players, and that's been a theme of the day.
So Nico Hines, Michael, is 15 metres out and 20 in from the eastern touchline. 5 from 6 in the first half and a try. It's 2 tries in 4 football minutes for the Sharks, 1 on either side of half-time. Here's Nico Hines to take the Sharks to 40, strikes it, likes it, kicks the goal. He's 6 out of 7, and it's 4-0, 40-0 in favour of Cronulla-Sutherland over Gold Coast. So we have seen some blowouts in round one, haven't we? The only tight game really is that controversial extra time game between Canterbury and St George Illawarra in Vegas. But we had Melbourne winning very easily by 40-odd points against Parramatta on Thursday night. Last night, 26-0 to Penrith over Brisbane, and the Warriors over the Roosters 42-18, and here it's 40-0 with the sign of many more to come. Kick-off taken by Kennedy. He gives it left to Kafusi, and he throws one out the back door as well. Up the middle goes Stone Street. Tackled 24 out from his own line. Centre of the field, southern end of Shark Park. Ball's going to be played now to Brayley. He sends it left Talakai. Up over the 30 goes Sifa, and wrapped up quarter halfway. 20 in from the western touchline. Ball played Brayley. Goes open side right to KL Iro. He backs his way to within 3 metres of halfway. Finally put to the ground. Played to Brayley. Goes to the right to Nico Hines. Turns the ball. Oh, that's a high tackle on Rudolph, and an instant penalty goes to Cronulla-Sutherland. Their fourth of the day. 9 metres in Gold Coast territory. So the Sharks will go right on the attack again here, as the tackle came in high there. It was actually Lachlan Ilias, I think, who got him by. And the tackle with Tuki Simpkin. So Sharks will, looks like they'll go for touch, and he's on report. Lachlan Ilias as well in the 45th minute. So Trindle finds touch.
Do they score here?
Yes. They find touch only 14 out. Really good kick from Trindle. Tap taken by Ramian. He's got the snip of a second try in about as many minutes, and he scored 2 metres out from the Gold Coast line. He'll play the ball to Brayley. Spins it away open side left. And Trindle gets it back on the inside to Kafusi. He's caught in front of the northern post about 4 metres away. Played to Brayley. Goes left Kennedy away to Burns. Well, he tripped over there, Burns, and he's caught 4 metres out from the goal line. Sharkies have already scored 7 tries, and Burns slow to his feet. Played to Brayley. Goes across right to Rudolph. Tobias is tackled 2 metres out in front of the post. Brayley. The ball slip out there, picked up by the Gold Coast, and that was an end to that set for Cronulla. It was good work by the Titans defence to rip at the arm, and the ball came free. So the Gold Coast survived. They have it 30 out from their own line, albeit trailing 40-0 6 minutes into this second half. So what can the Titans show with the ball? Ball played to Berrells. He sends the ball left to Feagai. He's caught on halfway. In fact, that's Philip Sami it is. And they come back centre field to the right. Ilias gets the pass away to Keanu Kinney. Down to Fafita. Linked up that time with the winger on this western side of the field. And Fayamani is tackled 27 away. Ilias goes left away to Simpkin. Simpkins has scored 22 out from the goal line. Last play here for the Gold Coast. Down 40 points to 0. Verrills goes right to Ilias. The kick from 21 metres out. In comes Stone Street. Up he goes. Great catch. He's got it for the Sharks. 8 out from his own line. But it's another penalty for the Gold Coast. This might be the only thing that is concerning Craig Fitzgibbon. They've given away 7 penalties, Cronulla. It's 8 out from the Sharks line, 10 in from touch western side. We go downstairs, Michael Carianis.
Yeah, an opportunity here for the Titans to try and salvage something out of this game. But they had plenty of possession for a couple of opportunities in that first half, and the only likely customer was Keanu Kinney. Outside of that, they had nothing. So let's see what they can throw up against the Sharks in this second half.
Well, from the first play, they're 5 metres out. And it comes to the right. They've still make it 6, 7, 8 metres out. Strong defence there from Trindle and Colquhoun as the ball's played by Ho. It comes to the left, Ilias. Then away to the replacement, Moran. He's tackled 8 metres out from the Sharks line. And a set restart for Gold Coast. Brimson. He goes back on the inside. The restart, that's their third of the afternoon or evening. They're 7 metres away. It's played now to Verrills. Goes right to Tuki Simpkins. He's going to be taken one-on-one there by Kafusi. 3 metres away. Verrills spins it across the face of goal. Ilias to Brimson. And he got another pass on. The tackle made 9 metres out from the southeastern corner. And being tackled there was Max Feagai. Now the Titans edge their way to within 2 of the goal line. Couple of tackles left. Played by Moran out of dummy half barrels, and that's how they're going to score their first try. A basic little run from dummy half, but Cronulla will not be happy with that effort. 8.5 gone, second half, and the Titans are in. Something for you Gold Coast fans to cheer about. And the try scored from dummy half by Verrills. It's now 40 points to 4 in favour of Cronulla-Sutherland. Kick to come for the Titans, Luke Lewis.
Yeah, well, they finally get across the line, the Titans. It wasn't super impressive, but there's a nice little bit of determination there from Sam Verrills. He sees a little bit of an opportunity, throws a big dummy out wide, comes back to the short side and scores a pretty simple try there. But this is where Craig Fitzgibbon will be upset with. He probably wouldn't mind if you're scoring out wide in the corner, but if you're getting scored from dummy half, it's a pet hate for Craig Fitzgibbon, so he'll be filthy on that one.
That'd be true of most coaches too.
Yeah, absolutely.
Touchline, Michael Carianis.
Yeah, and that's a test here for the Sharks now with, still over 30 minutes remaining in this game, just to try and stay switched on and, not give up soft tries like that. On the flip side, you're the Gold Coast to try and salvage something out of today, because all the goodwill that's headed in the pre-season, their trial form and the rhetoric around the club, has been blown basically in that opening 40 minutes.
So Lachlan Ilias will take the conversion, 13 metres out, 20 in from touch on the eastern side. 40 points to 4 to Cronulla-Sutherland with just over half an hour to go. Here comes Ilias, a right-footed kicker. He moves in and he slots it between the sticks. So 1 try each in the second half, but Cronulla-Sutherland 40, leading Gold Coast 6 around the grounds. New South Wales Cup second half, Manly ring at 28, leading Canberra 22. In the Queensland Cup, Wynnum Manly lost to South Logan 24-16. But the other Seagulls, the Tweed Seagulls, lead Sunshine Coast Falcons 16-6. Final quarter AFL, Giants 114, leading Hawthorn 73. And in the cricket, Australia taking on India in the test match being played at the WACA ground in Perth, and Australia 4 for 217 at the tea break. Sutherland 93, Mooney on 10. So restart coming. Just had a text message from Kevin Anderson driving back to Tamworth. Mate, great to hear you back on the radio. Thank you, Kevin. Nice to hear from you. So, a great shame that we're not heading back to Tamworth these days for an NRL game. So now it is Feagai who takes the tackle. Max Feagai, about 24 out from the Titans line. He plays the ball as they work it against centre field Gold Coast. Ball played now outside the 30-metre line, taking off from dummy half Verrills. He's back to the ground about 5 metres out from the line, to his feet, plays the ball to Kinney. Kinney takes off from dummy half, and you can tell the Sharks' intensity has dropped off just a tad here. Last tackle, 42 metres out. It comes right to Ilias, the kick from that distance. In comes Kennedy, up he goes, comes down with it for the Sharks. 17 metres out from his own goal line. Cronulla back with it with his 40 points to 6 lead. Trindle dummy half, goes right to Stone Street. He's caught 21 out from his own line, 20 in from touch western side. Trindle works it right to Iro. Goes on a stepping run, but he's claimed in centre field, just inside his 30. Now Brayley goes right to Hines and back on the inside. It comes to Ramian. Caught 14 short of halfway. It was that Katoa's Katoa. He plays it to Brayley. Comes left to Kennedy. Kennedy's had a blinder. Gets away from one across field. Then links up, Burns away to Iro. Two-handed basketball pass back to Kennedy. He's over halfway. He's got support. Doesn't use it. And he's tackled 35 out. He had Trindle to his right in open space. Last tackle, Brayley. Dummies. Goes himself from dummy half. Puts in a terrible kick. And the Gold Coast come away with it. 28 out from their own line. 40 points to 6 in favour of the Sharks. 28 minutes to go. As now taking the tackle for Gold Coast. 34 metres out from their own line is the winger, Sirali Bayamani. Plays it and it comes left. Moran going to be caught. 20, make it 8 metres short of halfway by Iro. 20 in from touch western side. Played to Ilias. He sends the ball left. That's Cooper by on the field. What a time to come on for the first time with your team down 40 to 6. He plays it in the green headgear to Verrills. Goes left to Brimson, takes on the defensive line and strolls through one tackle. Caught 32 metres out. Last play now for the Titans. Verrills goes right to Ilias to kick from 31 metres out. Again, Stone Street is the target. He sprints in. Cooper Bye takes it for 10 metres out from the line and he's surrounded. Changeover. Sharks have it, Louis. 10 out from their own line with his 40 points to 6 lead.
Yeah, well, this is probably the first sort of arm wrestle that I've seen in this whole game where it's gone a set each or a couple of sets each for both sides, just getting to a kick. But it opened up again for the Sharks. They took a couple of wrong options, but they are looking a little bit fatigued now. Wouldn't surprise me to see a couple of changes for the Sharks.
So now it is the Sharkies just outside the 20. They've lost the ball. They have dropped the bundle here, the Sharks. Getting really hard not to, isn't it, when you lead by such a convincing margin. And now the Titans have an opportunity on play 2, only 11 out.
Still don't want to be tackling. What are you thinking?
The ball's going to be played to Verrills. He comes to the right to Curtis Moran. He charges at the goal line. He's caught half a metre out. He'll play it in front of the left upright. Caught there by Brayley and Kennedy. Slow to his feet. Plays it now. Verrills spins it back to Ilias. Runs at the line. Tip on by Kinney. He gets the pass away and diving over to score his first try in the NRL. Spectacular finish to Siali Fayamani. Try to the Titans. They go back to back. 26 minutes to go. And the scoreline, Cronulla-Sutherland 40, Gold Coast 10, Louis.
Yeah, Fayamani, he does a great job here right at the end just to get that ball down. Just watching the replay quickly here, and the Sharks didn't challenge. It's not going to matter anyway. It does get ripped out. Nice one-on-one still there by Bo Fermor. They got in the position where they are. And that shift over to that right edge, everyone in position, everyone doing their job. And just a quick little tip on. And Fayamani, he just finds the line, uses the air to his advantage, removes that body outside the line, puts it down beautifully.
40 to 10 in favour of the Sharks. Touchline, Michael Carianis.
Yeah, it was Braden Ueli with his first touch onto the field and has the ball stolen from him. And just an update, all teams have now used their 4 replacement players. So you mentioned Cooper Bye. He was their last of the 4 for the Gold Coast Titans to use. So no Luke Somerton or Zane Harrison. And then Helpo Puru or Chris Vayela won't be part of the Sharks lineup today.
Thought you were going to say Zane Bojack there for a second. Thank you, Michael. Here's Ilias, 23 metres out, half a metre in from the western touchline. We'll get to your text shortly, 0467 920 222. Saturday night footy here on ABC Sport. Later, it's Manuringa against Canberra at Brookvale Oval with Glenn Lauder, Dean Hallertau and Ruan Sims. Here's Ilias. 23 out, moves in right in front of us. He strikes it down to K to the right, misses. No goal. Never looked like it that time. He's 1 out of 2. Cronulla-Sutherland 40, Gold Coast 10 here at Shark Park. On the text line, an old Epping Boys high here. Great to hear the footy again and to hear Andrew back in fine form. So good. Up the Tigers and thank you ABC Grandstand. Oh, you should have attached a name, fellow Epping Boys high. Student. That's where I ended up in 1986. Gosh, that's a long time ago. I thought the Titans were going to leave the surfboards at home, boys. Send someone to the beach and get them there, says Bert. Sharks need to keep their foot on the pedal. Froggy slowly reclaiming the man cave. And he's drinking a medicinal Pinot Noir. Oh, that sounds very sophisticated, Froggy. Here's the kickoff taken 2 metres out from the Gold Coast line by Kinney. The Titans work it over the 10. Andrew Cam from Carlo here. The game is over. I'm now listening to you and have AFL on the telly, just waiting for the cricket to restart. Bring on some close games next week. Or maybe we'll get one tonight and tomorrow. Who knows, Cam? Nice to have your company. As the Titans work it towards the 20. Cooper Bye, a very talented player, as was his father, Marcus. And he got away a pass here in heavy traffic, and it's a high tackle against the Sharks. Yet another penalty to the Gold Coast. They lead that category 8-4, and it's 20 out from the Gold Coast line. And Louis, it is so obvious to the human eye how the Sharks have dropped off in these last 10 minutes.
Yeah, it is funny. Even the body language, they're just sitting out there, they're walking back. In the first half, they were sprinting everything, they were ready to go. But you're right, you lose concentration when you're up by so much. But you want to you don't want to be out there tackling. You want to be out there having fun. The only time you're having fun is when the ball's in your hand.
And you don't want to look at the end and you conceded 24 points and a half.
No, correct.
So Titans 7 short of halfway. They would love that to be the case as they attack towards halfway. Metre short of it. Verrills goes into dummy half. The ball played by Fermor, who got up with a limp And the ball comes across field back to the centre of the park for the Titans. And tackle made here on Simpkins. About 8 metres in Cronulla territory. Berrells goes open side left to Moran. He's down by Hazelton. 30 metres out for the Sharks goal line. Berrells goes left to Cooper by. Lovely pass away to support Firma. He's tackled 21 metres out from the goal line to his feet. 20 in from the eastern touch line. The ball played Berrells. Blindside left to Brimson. Crossfield kick from the left boot. It's dropped by Cronulla. Picked up by Kennedy, and referee Chiklas Radansky says it went back. So Cronulla-Sutherland has it. 5 out from its own line. 17 gone second half. 40 points to 10 to the Sharks, who led 34-0 at half-time, and then 40 points to 0. Stone Street offloads to Kennedy. He scored here for Cronulla. 16 out from his own line by Feagai. Now comes right to Katoa in from the right wing to centre field. Plays the ball to Brayley. Goes right to Iro from left centre to the right side. And here he's tackled about 31 out from his own line and 20 in from the eastern touch line. Sharks with the ball, Brayley. Spiralling pass goes left to Fanua Blake. He's up the middle. Good run. About 10 metres. Finally called held. 7 short of halfway. Last tackle, Cronulla-Sutherland. Brayley goes right to Nico Hines. And he sends an end-over-end kick to Keanu Kinney. Has to drip back in the end. Takes it 8 out from his own goal line. Heads back towards the 20. Runs across field into Trindle. And also Ueli tackled right on the 20-metre line. 18 gone second half. And the scoreline is in favour of Cronulla by 40 points to 10. There's now the try scorer, Fayamani. He takes the tackle. 9 short of halfway, Gold Coast. Ball's going to be played to Verrill centre field. He comes to the right. Mweki Whatuwega back, ran straight through Burns into the defence there of Hazelton and Ueli. 3 metres in Sharks territory. Now Verrills goes left to Fasuamala Awi. The defence is there though, headed up by Fanua Blake and Brayley. 34 out from the Cronulla-Sutherland line. Last play Titans, and it comes to the right. Ilias, the kick from 34 metres out. Again to the left wing of Stone Street. Flies through, ball comes back. Still the last tackle for the Gold Coast. Comes away to Hull. He dummies, goes himself into Burns, and it's a changeover. So he must have thought it was 6 ago. It was not. Sharkies get the ball back. 12 out from their own line. 40 to 10 the score in favour of Cronulla-Sutherland with 21 to go.
Yeah, well, the Gold Coast Titans, they're doing... Well, they're working their way back into the game. Obviously, not going to win the game from here, but they're getting out of their own end okay. They're getting to a position where they can put up a kick and contest it, and they're starting to get a little bit of joy, but they've got to be a bit smarter. When they get to that end, they've got to just try something to get some more points on the board.
Now it's Iro for the Sharks centre field, and he stands in the tackle. 25 out from his own line of Fasuamala Awi. Work it right this time. Cronulla-Sutherland up over their 30-metre line. 20 in from the eastern touch line. Now it's played by Ramey into Brayley. Goes left to Hines to Hazelton. Centre field. He's knocked to the deck. 7 metres short of halfway. Brayley dummy half. Goes left to Fanua Blake. And he gets straight through by. Now claims 5 metres in Titans territory. Last tackle Sharks. Brayley goes left to Trindle. The kick from 41 metres out. It's a shocker. It's over the western touch line by metres. Change over to the Gold Coast. 10 short of halfway. 40 points to 10. 20 minutes gone. 20 minutes left second half. Down to the touchline, Michael Kadianis.
Yeah, the Titans are about to make their 7th change, which will leave them with just 1 change in the final 19 and a half minutes. I think it'll be Chris Randall coming back onto the field, so that's going to be a stretch for him. But yeah, you guys are right. The intensity, the lack thereof from Cronulla in the past 10 or so minutes, and it's really sucked the energy out of the stadium. But this might help after a Titans error.
Yeah, drop ball coming from Fasuamala Awi. Sharks have it. 4 metres in Gold Coast territory. What price, MC, that the Sharkies get to 48 points, the minimum needed for you to call the last 30 seconds?
Well, they'll get to 48. But it was 48-0 though.
Yeah, but I'm feeling very generous. Trindle sends it on the inside away.
Mike's a bit nervous.
On the inside it goes to Ueli. 28 out, plays it. It comes to the right, Trindle. Then back on the inside to Hazelton. He scored 20 metres out for the Gold Coast line. 7 tries to 2 for the Sharks. Brayley goes left for Noah Blake, away to Hines to Burns. Knocked to the deck, 12 metres out for the Gold Coast goal line. Plays the ball to Brayley, swings it back the open side right to Nico Hines. Plays out the back to Trindle, holds it up, tip on from Ramey, not a good one. Good hands from Katoa, 15 out. Then he runs away from the touchline back towards centre field. Bounced away from one, running around in circles, Katoa, and fell to 11 out. He'll play it on the last, 20 in from the western touchline. So to Brayley, blindside left to Nico Hines, cut out ball away to Hero. Hero got a one-hander back to support. And Brayley's tackle 5 out, changeover. That's much more resilience from the Titans than we saw in the first 40. 18 minutes to go. And it's the Sharks leading by 40 points to 10.
Yeah, they defended their line, but they wanted to actually stop a try on that occasion. Not in the first half. So it was always looking like the Sharks were going to score every time they attacked. But good work there from the Gold Coast Titans just to turn the Sharks away.
Maury, hang up the mic. MC is on the way up. Good luck, Louis. Could be a long afternoon, says Eamon in Queensland. Brian from Umina asked Louis if he can pat his head whilst rubbing his tummy.
Yeah, that's easy.
He's doing it. I don't know what that tells me about you, Louis, but you did that easy. 10 short of halfway, the Titans. It comes right to left this time. They make half a break on that left edge. Kenny got the pass away. Randall's caught a metre short of halfway. Can you call the rest of the game doing that?
Yeah, that'd be easy too.
Now it's Ilias from halfway.
Could you do one set doing that?
Sends a kick down. No, to Kennedy. Feels that you got to know your limitations. 19 out. Shocking. To Stone Street. He goes without it. Put on the toe here for the Gold Coast. The ball ricochets off the upright. Trying to claim the try there for the Gold Coast Titans was
We have no try. Out there, no advantage. I want to make sure that there's no try here from Titans first and that he's not held back. And I've still got no advantage from an initial knock on by Cronulla.
Well, Ho didn't think he had scored. 17 minutes to go, 40 points to 10 Sharks. But was there an infringement? Who's going to get the restart? But it was a terrible
from
pass
Cronulla
from
at this
Kennedy to Stone Street. He went without. Again, that wouldn't have happened in the first half.
Ball's kicked, all kick chasers are onside. Show me.
Their minds have been out of this game for about 20 minutes, Cronulla. And did Arama Ho knock that ball on ahead of Kennedy, Louis?
It doesn't matter, though. The first knock on was Stone Street.
Yeah, but that would rule out a try.
Yeah.
Both players are just shoulder to shoulder competing for the ball.
They're just looking at,
It was come off the leg of Ho and then I think his fingers.
The ball is off the Titans' knee, then knocked backwards by Will Kennedy, playing on to this point.
Then it bounces into the upright. Kennedy falls all over it. So does Arama Ho.
There's no grounding from Arama Ho.
And then it's off the boot.
Ball then is kicked dead by Kale Hero.
Yeah, over the dead ball. So it wasn't the finest 30 seconds of Will Kennedy's day. But it's going to come back for a Gold Coast scrum feed, Louis, after all of that. About how far back we're going? 20 out from the Cronulla line with 17 minutes to go, 40 points to 10. Sharks.
Yeah, I'd be a little bit disappointed with the Sharks, the way their concentration levels have been in this last 22 minutes. You wouldn't see these type of passes in the first half. And the thing is, even though it's only round one, you want to start concentrating on little things like that. But gifting the Gold Coast Titans another opportunity to put some more points on the board. This is where they'll look back. If they do score here, they'll look back and they'll go, we still let in 16, 18, 20 points. That's just not going to be good enough for what the Sharks want to do this year.
So Mac from Manly says, boys, after what round can we talk origin selections? Go the Blues. What's your rule there, MC?
It's like end of April, May for mine.
So
I don't know what round that is.
8 rounds in, something like that. Here's the Gold Coast with it. 10 metres out from the Cronulla-Sutherland line after winning the scrum. Now they send it to the right side to Fasul Malaawi. Taken here by Colhoun. And also in there was Welly. 4 metres out. Beryl sends it right to Ilias. Then away it goes. Kinney on the inside to Feagai. He's caught 8 metres out from the line. Play down. They spin it to the left. Thunderwaker running off Ilias. Taken by Welly and 2 others. A metre out right in front of the southern post. Now dummy half Randall. Goes to the left. Ilias. Got the pass away. Stepping run. Little kick by AJ Brimson in the in-goal area. Trindle's back there for Cronulla-Sutherland and caught in goal. Well played there by the Titans. Goal line dropout Sharks. 16 minutes to go. And the score line is 40 points to 10 in favour of Cronulla-Sutherland, having led 34-0 at half-time. Now, around the grounds, we can update scores for you. New South Wales Cup full-time. Manly Warringah just held on to beat Canberra 28-26. Half-time Queensland Cup. Sunshine Coast 22, leading Tweed Seagulls 16. AFL final quarter. Giants 116, leading Hawthorn 94. And still the long break in the cricket. Australia 4 for 217 in reply to India's first innings of 198. From the line dropout now, the Titans have it. 21 metres out from the goal line. Randall dummy half goes right to left by to Fasuamala-Awi, and he's claimed 18 out from the Cronulla goal line. Plays the ball to Chris Randall. Goes to the right to Brimson, links up with Ilias, throws it along the ground and knocked on by the Titans. That was poor from Lachlan Ilias that time. The young winger, Bayamani, had no chance. So knock on, Sharkies will get the scrum feed. 19 out for their own line, quarter of an hour to go. 40 points to 10 in favour of Cronulla-Sutherland over Gold Coast. After the game, MC will get the on-field reaction. We'll get the ABC Player of the Year points from Luke Lewis. And then at about 7:30 local time, we'll be heading to Glen Lauder and the team at Brookvale. Manly Warringah against Canberra. Repeating the crowd figure here, 11,548 as Cronulla wins the scrum, and it goes right to Katoa. Xiaomi's tackle 28 metres out from his own line. So I think Craig Fitzgibbon would be happy here if he saw a decent, complete set of 6 here for the Sharkies, despite their massive lead.
Even if they can just, the next 10-15 minutes, just get through their sets the way that they started the game, they could be very happy with that.
So here's Stone Street, tackled 8 short of halfway. Put to the ground there by Feagai. They work it right to Fanua Blake. Charges there to Fodawaker and by. Spelled about a metre in Gold Coast territory. Randall was there as well defensively. It's played to Brayley. Sends it left to Braden Welly. He's caught 40 out from the Titans line. Last tackle Sharks. Brayley goes left to Trindle. The kick from 39 metres out. Down to Keanu Kinney. The chase is on, but Kinney takes it, falls backwards, knocked into the in-goal area by the chase. It was really enthusiastic chase. And it was Will Kennedy with 2 others. And it's going to be a goal line dropout for the Gold Coast Titans. That happened in front of you, Michael Carianis. That was some great desire from the Sharkies chasers.
Yeah, and a great bit of work there from Will Kennedy, because all in the one movement, in the one motion, he was able to roll Keanu Kinney over instead of just flopping in on him and then trying to push him. It was a great eyes-up play there from Will Kennedy. Just an update, Sam Verrills has left the game with a sternum injury for the Gold Coast Titans.
Okay, well, that's a blow for the Titans. Short line drop out, bounces short of the 10-metre line with backspin, rolls back towards the goal line. So it's going to be a play the ball here for the Sharks. 10 out for the Gold Coast line, 13 minutes to go. Cronulla-Sutherland 40, Gold Coast 10. So the ball's going to be played here by Britton Nickera. 10 in from the eastern touchline. Plays it now to Brayley, goes left, Hines away to Jesse Colhoun. And he's taken 10 metres out from the Gold Coast line by Tino Fasuamala-Awi. Played to Brayley, goes left to Trindle. Then back on the inside to Braden Welly. And Welly's close to the goal line. And tell you what, he's nearly right on it. In fact, referee Jaklasa Adamski says held up and he'll play it 10 metres out. That was a very strong run by Braden Welly. Gold Coast to the end did well to prevent him from scoring. Now played to Brayley. He goes right to Fanua Blake. Stands up in the tackle of Fasuamala-Awi, Fodawaker and Randall. 3 out, Brayley. Comes to the left to Trindle. Back on the inside to Burns. Billy Burns tackled 3 metres away from the Gold Coast line. Couple of tackles left. Brayley sends the ball right. With the defence again up to the task here on Colhoun. Half a metre away, last tackle Sharks. They lead 40 to 10, played to Brayley. Comes right to Trindle, away to Nickera. He flicks it out the back door, having been tackled. Dived on by Trindle, puts in another stab kick, but straight to Keanu Kinney. He put the fend on and he's tackled 5 out from his own line. 11 minutes 40 to go. Sharks 40, Titans 10. Luke Lewis.
The Sharks were trying to sort of get the Gold Coast Titans to get their defensive line or their defensive structure wrong, but they actually did a very good job there. They got the numbers right on both sides of the post, and that's why the Sharks couldn't really ask too many questions. So good work there by the Gold Coast Titans.
And now take it up over their 20-metre line. Ball's going to be played here by Firma to Randall. Goes right to Cooper by. He's up over the 30. Centre field, northern end. Caught 15 short of halfway. Last tackle Titans. As now it comes from Randall. Away to a running Ilias. He gets to halfway. Cut out past a Fee guy. He sends a wraparound ball back. And over the touchline goes Ho. He got the pass back in that's knocked down by Burns. But Gold Coast have gone over the western touchline. So it'll be a play the ball for the Sharks. 3 or 4 metres short of halfway with 11 minutes to go and a 40 points to 10 lead. Rayleigh dummy half goes right to Iro. Iro straightens into Randall. Quarter metre or two into Gold Coast territory. Let's check in down on the touchline. Michael Carianis.
Yeah, it's a real tough period here for the Gold Coast side. We spoke to Scott Sattler in the lead up to the game and their new head of football, and he said that Jaden Campbell will miss maybe one more game. He's a slight chance of returning next week, but it doesn't matter whichever halfback played behind this badly beaten forward pack, they would have struggled.
Yeah, I think you're spot on there as Nico Hines gets the pass left away to Welly. The Hamlin's gone from his name. It's just Braden Welly now, 22 metres out. Ball played to Brayley, sends it right to Fanua Blake, links up with Nico Hines, puts it on the toe. Nickera chasing. Kinney gets back there, Keanu Kinney, and grounds the ball in the in-goal area. So it'll be a goal line dropout. Titans with 10 minutes left. Cronulla-Sutherland 40, Gold Coast 10.
All right, this is the set where the Sharks are just going to break that 40-point margin. And they're going to score here.
All right.
There we go.
Let's see. They'll try another short line dropout here to Gold Coast, no doubt. Through Lachlan Ilias. Bit of John Denver in the background. Ilias gets it over the 10-metre mark this time. Sione Katoa with a catch 15 metres out. Then gets straight past one. He's over to score the try. That was very easy, but Sione Katoa did well. He celebrates with the crowd there in the Northern Hill. And the Sharkies now extend their lead to 44-10 over the Gold Coast Titans. Sione Katoa, he gets the try, his first of the year.
Told you they're going to break it there, Andrew. It was a little bit, I was expecting him maybe play 3 to 4, but this is way too easy. He just jumps up, no one there. He's got silky footwork. He just goes little shimmy, shake, comes off that right foot, and then just goes straight over as easy as you like. Made Bo Firma look like he'd never tackled before. That was unbelievable there from Sione Katoa.
Back to the touchline, Michael Carianis.
Yeah, bit of footwork there for Sione Katoa, and with his old mate Ronaldo Militalo, who scored his 100th try. They were neck and neck for a long time. It got Gibbsy excited, that stat, with the two wingers going neck and neck, but I think he's about 17 behind now, so he's got a little bit of time to try and catch up from his good friend Ronaldo.
Yeah, Gibbsy gets excited about a lot of things, MC.
Especially goal kickers.
Oh yeah, well he loves mocking goal kickers for some reason. Nico Hines, who's been hard to mock today, 6 from 7. 20 metres out, 15 in from the eastern touchline with a tad over 8 minutes remaining. We'll check on scores around the grounds after the kick. 44-10. 8 tries to 2 for Cronulla. Manuringa and Canberra next. Kick off under half an hour away at Brookvale. So now Nico Hines, and he comes, right foot kicker. And he strikes it off the upright, no goal. He won't be all that happy with that. 6 from 8 for Nico Hines. 44-10 though, Cronulla-Sutherland leads. And remember, they've only won 2 of their last 12 first-round games. So just to be on 2 competition points after round 1 would be pleasing. Last year it was Penrith, wasn't it, who beat them in Vegas?
Yep. Was it Vegas? Yeah, it was. That was Penrith's only win for the first 12 weeks, wasn't it?
What?
Wasn't that Penrith's only win for the first 12 weeks?
Yeah, I think 10 weeks they were last. So now the restart from the Gold Coast. Around the grounds, Queensland Cup. Second half, Sunshine Coast 22, leading Tweed Seagulls 16. Mackay Cutters an early try to lead the North Devils 6-0 in the first half. And the GWS Giants have completed a first-round win over Hawthorn, and they led the whole way through. They win 122 to 95 over the Hawks. So now the Gold Coast having to defend. Sharks with it, 23 out from their own goal line. And it comes back towards centre field for Cronulla-Sutherland. 30 metres out from their own line. Played by Stone Street to Brayley. Sends it left away. And there is a high tackle from the Gold Coast. Penley goes to the Sharkies. Only their 5th of the day. It's 11 short of halfway, right in centre field. And Chris Randall, I believe the player who went high there on Colhoun, whacked him around the chin. So 12 short of halfway, centre of the park, 7 minutes and 6 seconds to go. Trindle will find touch on the western side. Could Cronulla become the second team this week to score a half century?
Well, if they do, that means Gold Coast out of the running again. So that means Parramatta and Gold Coast will be out.
I think they are anyway. To be perfectly fair, Gold Coast. I mean, 30 metres out, Brayley goes right to Fanua Blake. You disagree?
No.
Do you think this try is crucial to whether Gold Coast can win it or not?
Well, it just puts it, cements it.
No, it does, you're right. Statistically, historically, Kennedy gets it on the inside to Burns. Burns takes on Bai and Randall and tackled. 10 metres out, played to Brayley now. Sharky's on the attack. Comes to Trindle, back on the inside to Fanua Blake. He scored many a try from there in his career, but held up this time in front of the post. A metre or two away. Brayley floats it left to Trindle. Dummies, gets it away to Hero. Hit head on by Brimson. Ilias. Ilias got him head on. Last tackle for the Sharks. And Brayley spins it right to Trindle. Crossfield kick from 12 metres out. Up they go. And it's the Gold Coast coming down with it 2 metres out from their own line. Philip Sami, good catch. And now the Titans get a set out from their own goal line. Trailing 44-10 with 6 minutes to go here at Shark Park. You're with Luke Lewis, Michael Carianis. I'm Andrew Moore. Saturday NRL here on ABC Sport. As now the Titans goes away to Max Feagai. He's caught 31 metres out from his own line. Ball played, they work it left to Cooper Bai, and Bai gets through 1 or 2. He's a very powerful figure, Cooper Bai. Ultimately stands in the tackle of Welly and Colhoun, 5 short of halfway. Last tackle, Brimson, left foot kick, down to the right wing of Sione Katoa. He fields it 12 metres out from his own line. Dummies across field, then straightens and is claimed, 16 out, 5 left. 44-10 Sharks down to the touchline, Michael Carianis.
Yeah, the Sharks are about to bring on Sipper Talakai, which will be their last change as well. So that's the 8th and final change with just under 5 minutes left.
All right, Michael. Here it comes away now for the Sharkies. Tackle made on Stone Street. 28 out from his own line play. To the left. Talakai, that player Michael mentioned, who just returned. Good strong run. Taken 7 short of halfway. Make it 6. And he'll be told to go back a little bit. In the tackle of Fadawaka and Ilias. Plays it to Brayley. Goes right. Trindle from inside the 40. Looking for a 40-20. I don't think he's got the angle. I'll tell you what, he's coming very close. He does. It goes over the eastern touchline about a foot away from the corner post. Louis, that was literally perfect. They'll get the ball 10 metres out. What a kick from Trindle. What a game he's had.
Yeah, he's had a blinder. He's lined this up. I didn't actually think he was going to get the bounce, but right at the end it just takes a little bit of a left foot step and then goes out over the right sideline. Beautiful kick. And they're going to get a full set now on the Gold Coast Titans line. If they score here, they'll take it to 50.
So now from the restart, it comes away to Colhoun. And he's taken 8 metres out from the goal line. Get up now! Ball's going to be played to Brayley on the text line. Louis MC, nervous? Never. You forget he's the full package, says Michael from Logan. Wazza says Titans for the wooden spoon. Here's the Sharks 2 metres away. 44-10 Cronulla leads, 3.5 to go. Brayley sends it right to Nico Hines. Dummies, goes himself, beats 1, beats 2, gets to the goal line, gets it down. Try to Nico Hines, his second. 9th for the Sharkies, 3 minutes 20 to go. And Cronulla-Sutherland 48. Gold Coast 10 with a kick to come. The try to the halfback, Nico Hines, in the 77th minute.
Yeah, good on Nico. He scored a try earlier, and then this time he gets an opportunity. I actually thought he was going to play at the back, so he fooled me here on this one. They had it set up beautifully, but it all comes off the back of Trindle's beautiful 40-20, and then they set up that right side. Looks like he's going to play at the back, throws a little bit of a dummy, comes off that right foot, and then just barges over. That's a really soft try, but a nice try there for the Sharks.
Back down to you on the touchline, Michael Carianis.
Yeah, soft again from the Gold Coast Titans. But what about Braden Trindle, boys? And what about all the the halves pairing for the Cronulla Sharks. Nico's probably played a little bit more of an understated role, but he's been a real running threat, and that's probably gone out of Nico's game of late. But he's at his best when he's running, and he's been outstanding tonight. But Braden Trindle, what a performance from the number 6.
So the kick to come from Hines, 21 out, 13 in from touch. So yeah, Nico, 2 tries, 6 goals from 8 attempts. Also on the text line, Mark says, interestingly, the 7 network is not showing the Giants in Sydney live, replay at 8 p.m, showing their growing intent to go after the NRL TV contract. I think that is more to do, Mark, but MC will have to confirm this, that there's a change in the AFL rights deal with Fox now getting their own independent games instead of Channel 7. I think that's what that would be. Here's Hines, 21 out. 48-10 Sharks. He strikes it. Nico Hines, he likes it. He's kicked the goal. That means it's see you later time for the Gold Coast in 2026, Luke Lewis, because they've conceded 50 points. No team's ever won the comp having done that in a game. And there's 2.5 to go. 50 points to 10 to Cronulla-Sutherland.
Well, it's down. There's 2 out now. Parramatta and the Gold Coast.
Round 1.
Round 1. 2 out. Can't win.
Goodness gracious.
It's ridiculous. I don't know, have you ever remembered a round 1 game where there's been 50 scored on a couple of teams?
I don't, and that's not to say it didn't happen last year, Luke. I can't remember them. Here's Lockie Ilias. The Sharks fans are in a great mood, that's for sure, here at Shark Park. Kennedy from the kick-off sends it left to Fanua Blake and a barnstorming run over the 20. He's finally caught 25 metres out from his own goal line and he plays it. Work it from right to left. There's Xiaomi Katoa, and this time he went cross field. Still beats one, then straightens. Finally tackled 29 out from his own line. Plays the ball to Brayley. Sends it left to Kale Iro, and he's dumped to the ground by Randall and By. 34 out from his own line. 2 minutes to go. 50 to 10 to Cronulla-Sutherland. Now Fanua Blake marches through the first and backs his way to within 2 of halfway. 20 in from the western touchline. Brayley goes open side right to Colhoun, then away now to Nico Hines. Dummies goes himself, tackled. 8 metres in Gold Coast territory by Beau Fermor. Now it's played and it comes to the left. Trindle the kick from 41 metres out. Towering kick, Keanu Kinney drifts across field, good catch. He's got it, he's put to the ground, gets up to go again. Then he manages to get the pass away. Did very well there to link up with the winger, Fomani. Now 10 metres out from the Gold Coast line. 80 seconds left in what's been a very lopsided contest here at Shark Park. Max Feaguy, he scored 15 out from his own line. Cronulla 50, Gold Coast 10. Titans with it just outside their 20. Ball's going to be played now to Kinney. He goes centre field left to Sam. He scored 34 out from his own line for the Titans. 53 seconds left on the ticking clock. It comes to the right, Brimson goes right to Kinney. Cut-out pass is a beauty. Right to Fomani. And he cuts back in away from the western touchline. Caught 10 metres in Sharks territory. Stone Street was in there with Burns and one other. Brayley, last play. Dummy half Randall. Ilias, switch of direction. Comes back a hole. Back it goes now to Ilias. Chip over the top from Ilias, but beautifully swept out the back by Xiaomi Katoa with a diving catch. He's caught 9 out from his own line with 22 seconds to play, and Cronulla leading by 50 to 10. That was nearly a spectacular late try to the Gold Coast. Hines had a dummy half. He's wrapped up. 13 out from his own line. 10 seconds to go. Plays it very slowly to Xiaomi Katoa. He's put down inside his 20. 4 seconds to go. The countdown is on from the Cronulla fans, and I'm sure from the Gold Coast fans as well. That's it. They've won this very convincingly, despite a drop-off in the second half. Cronulla-Sutherland 50, Gold Coast 10 after they had led 40-0 early in the second half. They led 34-0 at half-time, and they still score 16 points in the second half. And after one round, it's up Cronulla here at Shark Park. Sung with a bit of fervour tonight here by the Sharkies faithful. Now the 9 tries for Cronulla-Sutherland in a 50-point rout. Will Kennedy in the 2nd minute. Britton Nickera scored in the 10th. Jesse Raymond in the 20th. Then we saw Braden Trindle in the 22nd and 30th minutes. Nico Hines in the 39th. And in the second half, tries to Jesse Raymond in the 43rd minute. Sione Katoa in the 71st and Nico Hines his second try in the 77th. Hines also kicked 7 goals from 9 attempts. Britton Nickera on report in the 26th minute. 1 restart. For the Gold Coast, 10 points. Tries to Sam Verrills in the 49th minute. And then for the winger, Siali Fayamani in the 54th minute. Lachlan Ilias 1 from 2. Tino Fa'asuamala Awi on report in the 20th minute. Lachlan Ilias for a high tackle in the 45th minute. 3 restarts. Penalties 8-5 to the Gold Coast. The crowd 11,548 as Cronulla-Sutherland turn a 34-0 half-time lead into a very, very convincing and impressive 50 points to 10 win over the Gold Coast Titans. We get reaction downstairs shortly by Michael Carianis after a very convincing victory. And 9 tries. You'll always be happy with that, I would imagine, as a footy team to start round 1, especially when the opening week of a season is where the Sharkies have struggled the most. Let's get their reaction, and down to you, Michael Carianis.
Yeah, I'm just with Sharks centre 2 tries tonight. Jesse Ramey and Jesse, what about that performance? You guys were outstanding, particularly in the opening 40 minutes.
Yeah, no, it was, we're pretty happy with it, mate. Obviously, not the way we wanted to start that second half. We want to pride ourselves on defence, and I'm sure we'll have a few lessons from it, but overall it's good to, get round 1 out of the way and get out there and put in a good performance.
Every year leading into, there's a lot of talk around, your 1-6-7, but what about their performance tonight, particularly Braden?
Yeah, no, I thought the boys were unreal. I feel like the combinations been really building. I think that we had a good pre-season game. The boys put on a good performance in the All-Stars as well, and then it showed here tonight. And, I think, Trick, Nico and Woody and Brails steered us around the park really well tonight.
Is that opening 40 minutes the standard that you guys have set now going forward?
Yeah, definitely. The opening 40, probably more than the points we put on is probably the that 0 we kept in the first half. Like I said before, that's something, we want to pride ourselves on, and, that was probably, the positive thing we'll take from tonight is that 10 points. We want, obviously we don't want any, but, we'll be pretty happy with 10.
And how good is it to hear the Up Cronulla song back?
Oh, it's unreal, mate. I'll tell you what, it's been a long pre-season, so it's good to be back out here, and, I'm glad the fans, especially our Cronulla fans, they always turn up, so.
Enjoy the win, well played.
Thanks, mate, appreciate it.
Yeah, I know it got overplayed in 2016, Louis, but there's something about the whole crowd singing Up Cronulla at the end of a game when they win here.
Oh, it's the greatest feeling when you're out there as a player to see the fans absolutely enjoying what the boys just did out there, and it's a good feel. It's when you're sitting in here and understanding what the song means to everyone, it's a great feeling.
50 points to 10 in favour of Cronulla. We're with you for about another 5.5 minutes here at Shark Park, and then off to Glenn Lauder, Dean Hallertau and Ruan Sims at Brookvale for Manly Warringah against the Canberra Raiders. Hopefully, it's hard to see that not being a really good game of footy. And then to finish the round tomorrow will be the Dolphins against South Sydney, 2 teams that I think most are expecting to have really improved years this year. I reckon that could be a great game up in Brisbane tomorrow.
It should be a good game. But I was just thinking about the games we've called this weekend.
Yeah.
We've had more than 10 tries in every game.
Have we?
Yeah. When you think about the Melbourne game.
Yeah.
And then last night the Warriors game was at 11 or 12.
And 11 here tonight.
11 here tonight.
So what are you saying?
Well, we're not calling a game tomorrow, so it might be closer games.
There were 10 even in Auckland last night, Warriors Roosters. And there were 10 even in Melbourne on Thursday night. So you're right. We haven't had a tight one yet after a season of incredibly tight games last year. Louis, while we wait for our next chat, what about your ABC Player of the Year points?
So I went to their 5'8", the Sharks 5'8" for 3. Trindle was brilliant tonight. Kicking game, his running game, his organisation skills, but we'll get back to that.
Yes, keep us on the edge of our pew. Back down to you, MC.
Yeah, just the Sharks prop, Adam Fanua-Black. Adam, the performance of your side, particularly in the opening 40 minutes, you guys must be really pleased.
Yeah, definitely. We worked really hard over the pre-season to fix up some things in our game, game, and I feel like that first 40 was a perfect, audition of what we practiced in the preseason. And we come out in the second half, started a bit slow, but then we come out strong again. So, whilst it was a pleasing performance, I feel like there's a lot of lessons there, especially after half time, with going on with games rather than dipping the toe in, especially after getting a good lead like that.
You mentioned you guys worked on things in the summer, and you were happy to see that in the opening 40 minutes. What were one or two of those things?
Just happy with our connection throughout the middle. I feel like, I spent a lot of time with, Big Hazo and Jesse Colhoun, sort of learning how each other plays over the preseason. Obviously last year we had a lot of chopping and changing throughout the middle third, and it was just good to get a solid preseason with those boys, get a lot of reps of them, and then come out and we put on what we practiced in the preseason on the field.
What about the halves tonight as well? They really got you guys around and finished the sets well.
Yeah, definitely. I feel those boys do a lot of hard work. It goes unnoticed a lot, and they cop a lot of criticism, but tonight they stood up, especially in the times that we needed them to, and I couldn't be prouder for both of them, and just really happy that they got to put on a performance that they'll both be proud of as well.
Enjoy the win and good luck for the rest of the year.
Cheers, mate. Thank you.
Adam Fanua-Blake with Michael Carianis. We've only got 3 minutes to go, so we've got 3 points player of the year to Braden Trindle. This will need to be quick. MC, down to you.
Yeah, 2 quick ones for Braden. What about that performance, mate? You had a cracking game in a finals game a couple of years ago. Was that as good as that performance for you?
No, I think, I look at it like a team performance these days, and the team performance that we need to put in to, put ourselves in positions to be in the finals at the end of the year. So I think it was an outstanding team performance, and we'll just keep building off that.
You and Nico are always under scrutiny in terms of the position, but is that a statement game from you guys now and the benchmark for going forward?
Yeah, I think it depends how you look at it. I think it's just more, building. We know we can, we know we can put those performances in. So it's just about building and staying consistent with those performances.
We're about to run to Brookie for the next game. Enjoy, mate. Congratulations and good luck for the rest of the year.
Thank you very much.
Had an absolute blinder. Braden Trindle gets 3 points in the ABC Player of the Year from you, Luke Lewis. What about the minor placings?
Yeah, Will Kennedy got 2. He was excellent as well at fullback, and he was everywhere. His skill was brilliant. So I gave him my 2, and I went the trifecta. Nico Hines, I gave him 1. I thought the 7, 6, and 1 were brilliant, and you could have even went Brayley as well. Brayley had a dummy half, but you can't give more points away. But those 4 guys were outstanding tonight.
3 points Braden Trindle, 2 points Will Kennedy, 1 point Nico Hines. I reckon if those 3 players, Louis, have big years, so will Cronulla.
Yes, correct. And if they're playing anything like that, more games, more often than not, they're going to be getting the points most of the time, and the Sharks will be sitting right at the top of the competition.
On the text line, Dylan and Wade listening from Kyogle, testing out the new smoker and drinking beers, enjoying the weekend after both our teams last weekend won at Vegas. So how good. Thank you, Dylan. Thank you, Wade. Mark from the Central Coast, thank you for your text. Sounds like another long year for us Titans supporters. I truly hope the Titans admin look at the players' attitude issue. If not the coaching issue, we don't have a solution. From Queensland Blocker, 0467 920 222. All right, we're about out of here. Join us tomorrow from midday Australian Eastern Daylight Time, a 4-hour pre-game show in the boardroom. Connor Watson will join Louis, MC and myself. We'll have all the regular Sunday Think 6 again. We'll have our first thought of the 2026 season. We'll start looking back at the 10 years since Cronulla-Sutherland won the comp for the first time, featuring our own Luke Lewis and many other things as well. Dennis Carnahan's Song of the Week will be back. That's tomorrow before the South Sydney Dolphins game. Louis, thanks, mate. It's been a fun day here. A big win for the Sharkies. I'll catch you tomorrow.
No, thank you. See you tomorrow and enjoy the next game.
Thank you, Michael.
See you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow, mate. Appreciate you. Thank you to our producer, Ralph Tucker, our man of sound, Dennis Carnahan, and thank you for listening, and also to the J-Dog. Great job in the studio, Adam. Let's go to Brookvale. Glenn Lauder, good evening to you.
Andrew, good evening to you for round 1 of the NRL in 2026. It is the Raiders, the minor premiers, up against the Manly Warringah Sea-Eagles, the only team in 2025 to not only knock off the minor premiers, but also both grand finalists in Brisbane and Melbourne. There is a fair bit of rain starting to fall here at Brookie, but it hasn't dampened the spirits. Just about a full house, as we've come to expect over the last couple of years at Manly's spiritual home. I tell you what, talking about Dennis's Song of the Week, I would love to hear Training Tries come up somehow tomorrow afternoon. Great call, as always, Andrew. And yeah, another team putting 50 into an opponent in round 1, happening in the last 2 seasons. So that is a big omen going forward. The Titans won't be happy with that. But of course, Manly and the Raiders will both be looking to kick off their campaigns with a victory. Manly have won their last 3 first-round clashes in Canberra and have been successful in their last 2 seasons, of course, in Vegas last year. Ruwan Sims is on the sideline for us tonight. We'll get down to her in just a moment, but Dean Hallertau is joining me once again in commentary. Haller, good evening to you again for the first time in 2026, and a bit of wet weather footy at Brookie tonight.
Yeah, good evening, Glenn, and it's raining quite sustained at the moment, and the field looks pretty damp. A number of umbrellas up on the hill, but I've got a feeling that this game won't be as much a blowout as we've seen across the opening few of this round. I say that not with much confidence, because some teams that we expected more of have definitely had a number of points put past them. But yeah, really looking forward to this one, which I think is going to be a pretty tense battle through the middle, and plenty of excitement out wide as well.
Ruwan Sims, after a week of lovely weather, you've got the